down, man. Now I don't believe in nothing no more. I'm going to law school. No!
Tuts, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer just like you.
Good for you, son. If there's one thing America needs, it's more lawyers. Can you imagine a world without lawyers? Oh.
Dad, there's been an accident.
Are you going to be able to get by without Carl's paycheck?
I just don't know for sure, Dad. Everything seems so awful. I mean, what rights do we have? I guess I'll need a good lawyer.
Good just won't cut it. Not with 2 hungry mouths to feed. You need the best lawyer there is.
Sounds nice, Dad, but who?
Oh my goodness. Ooh! Whose Sailor Moon shirt? Why, mine, of course. It's a little tight. The Sanders guy, I'm sorry. 5 bits is not enough to have your message read, but it is enough for me to shame you as a poor. Look, if you guys need to see higher socks, you need to send higher bits. Frankly.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Breaking the Narrative, and tonight I have my very special guest, Nick Rekieta. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Nina?
Hi.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I know.
Of course.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in like a couple hours.
Yeah,
it feels
like, I don't know, like 12 hours or something. Oh my God. It's been a crazy day today. I've been trying to catch up. I feel like it's just been a catch-up day for me, just trying to catch up on everything.
I feel like it's been a catch these hands day for me. Everywhere I go, everybody's insane today. I don't know if it's the holiday here in the States coming up. I don't know what it is, but like chat was being stupid. The people around me were being stupid. My kids were being irritating. It was like, what the... Why is everybody like, I don't know if everybody's just on edge or what, but good God.
I think it is. I think it's the holidays. It's the spirit of Thanksgiving. That's what it's like. It's Thanksgiving. We got to get together with family. Family brings out stress. I mean, I love family, but my God, like, you know, when family's around, you're just always stressed out. So I feel like that's probably what it is. Everyone's just stressed out. Kevin Smith's quivering Mangina Gape, my God, for $2 says Nick's back. 9 Hour Street Part 2. Let's go. My God, I will die if we do another 9 hour stream. I'm not planning on the 9 hour stream, although I wasn't planning on it the first time either. So God knows what is going to happen on this stream. But everybody, happy Thanksgiving and thanks for being here. Please smash the like, share the stream, tell everyone what's going on, where Rekieta's at right now. Because, you know, people like him and they want to know where he is. So that's what's going on. He's hanging out here. We're going to be joined by some other guests. Probably Yellow Flash is going to stop by. Legal Mindset's probably going to stop by. Maybe possibly Anna. And I've sent out a link to some other people. So it might be a party later tonight. It'll be funny. It would be great, I'm sure. But yeah, so 500 people in the chat right now. Smash the like, you guys. Thank you. We got... Wait, where are you? Katoth Swiss. Did I say that right?
Swiss.
K to the Swiss. Thank you for the $20. I'm Stream Daddy. Wait, did I say that like really hot? Like I'm Stream Daddy.
There you go.
Is that what he said? Well, thanks,
yes.
Stream Daddy. Thank you very much for that super chat. Is this lawful law for $2? Something Baldo something knows. Okay. Perfect. Did you hear that Andy Dick is like in the news again? Because he's a sex offender now.
Oh, just now?
Yeah. He's finally been he's going to jail.
Oh, is he?
Hear that?
So he's
Yeah.
finally going to jail. 90 days.
90
And will
days.
register.
And
Damn.
will register as a sex offender. I think this was a long time coming though, man. He's got a history of just being a total weirdo.
Well, yeah, when he was on, were you around when he was just showing up on a bunch of random live streams? I think it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he put his finger in that guy's butt.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a video about
What?
it. Actually, that was my first 100K video, Nick. Can you believe that? Isn't that amazing?
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's called What Happened to Andy Dick. And it chronicles his entire like weird crook scenario, like his groper days and his weirdness and all the stuff he's been charged with. My God, this man has a rap sheet that is longer than the freaking Constitution. I'm like, what? Like Andy Dick? He used to be really cute and funny. And then
I don't know if he was ever that funny.
really? Like you didn't think he was ever funny? Like not even on what was that show with Joe Rogan? Right. Why do I want to say Radio Times, but it's not
New talk radio?
Yeah, talk radio with Phil Hartman.
Or news radio. Was
News
it
radio.
News radio?
News
Yeah,
radio,
news
that's
radio.
right. With Phil Hartman.
Yeah, I would occasionally watch that show and sometimes get into it, but no, I never found him particularly funny. I mean, Phil Hartman was funny.
Yeah, he was so funny. God, that guy was great. I also thought he was funny in that one movie with Pauly Shore in the Army now.
Yeah, he was okay in that one. I'll give him props on that.
Just the one.
Just one.
The one movie.
You just get one movie, Andy. No, he was a weirdo though. Like and he was a weirdo in that movie too, but he was like Tom Green but worse in a way.
Oh God, Tom Green sucks. I hate that guy. I think it's because he's Canadian, and I was always just like, ugh, like have an aversion to him.
They nailed him on Family Guy one time.
They did?
They referenced Tom Green. It did one of the little cutscenes, and he was just under a cow drinking from the udder. And he's like, when will you love me? It's not working.
That sounds
buddy.
like him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I'm glad you're here. You're back on Twitter.
I am.
I'm really happy about because I can finally DM you weird shit again.
Yeah. That's the worst part. Well, the two things that are bad about being off Twitter is not having your DM contacts really sucks. Like you can do alternatives. Like I was able to connect to a lot of people on Instagram, but people don't check Instagram like they check Twitter. You go to Twitter all the time because it's constantly changing. On Instagram, people post like one post a day. If that, because you got to put a picture up, which is a pain in the ass.
Yes.
To do. And so, so people don't go there as much, but that was kind of working for me. But the other thing that sucks is just not having your Twitter feed. Like, cause you can, when you sign in and you're suspended, it treats you like you're not following anybody. And so it just puts up like generic shit. And God, generic Twitter sucks.
Ugh.
Generic
Twitter sounds like it would fucking suck.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you're back. Elon brought you back. Daddy Elon helped out and brought you back. And do you feel like just like the sense of rejuvenation? Are you like, oh my God, I beat all of these fuckers. You know, I'm killing it over on Rumble. I'm one of the top streamers on the Rumble. I'm making this place like the place to be now. And then my account comes back on Twitter. Like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like an actual resurrected person?
In some ways. It's like it all hits, it hits all at the same time. And this is how shit just kind of goes in life, on the internet. It doesn't matter. A bunch of shit happens all at once. And it's like, oh, fuck me. right? Like everything's in the gutter.
When it rains,
Everything
it
sucks.
pours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you get, so I got thrown off of a bunch of websites at the same time. And then it was just like back, back, back,
Mhm.
back. And they just kept coming back. It was like, okay, this is good. And Twitter was the last one that I was really waiting for. And it's like, oh boy, I just can't wait to piss so many people off. And I've been off of Twitter for a while, but not actually that long. It was only September. But
Yeah, it was like a few months ago.
It felt like a year.
It did feel a lot longer.
Because like, yeah, I went and looked at like my last post, like September 23rd or 27th or something like that. And it's like, God, I've been gone. I feel like I've been gone so long, but it really hasn't been that long. And that just, to me, that just goes to show the nature of how addictive and controlling social media really is. And so I'm really glad to be back on it.
Is it sacrilegious to say like you're kind of like the social media Jesus?
We go with Lazarus.
Okay. Lazarus.
That's like less heathenist.
Okay.
All
I don't
of
want to
these-
offend anybody.
I do.
Okay.
So we can call me Lord Jesus if you want. But
I mean, you're kind of like that because you're the Pope already, but it's just, I feel like you've been resurrected now. It's like, I mean, there's a theme going here. It's funny because I kept like, when you were brought back on Twitter, I actually found out on a live stream because I was live on Midnight's Edge at the time. I was doing my show, like Toxic Femininity, that I do on Mondays. And at the end of the show, I think it was Valiant Renegade. He like super chatted and he was like, he's back. Rekida's back on Twitter. And I was like, excuse me. And then he's like, dude, he tagged you on the post. How do you not know this? And I don't check Twitter while I'm live. So I was like, wait, what? Like, so I like had to check it live on air and be like, oh my God, it happened. And I was just like, so happy about it. But it was a win. It was a win.
It was a win. It was the most ill-timed win. That was the best part. Because I had just started up the D&D stream that I do every Monday. And I got a Twitter notification right at the beginning of the show. I'm like, wait, that's wrong. I don't get these anymore. And then I started getting more and people are like, dude, you're back on Twitter. So then I had the hardest time fucking concentrating on the D&D stream that we're doing. I'm like, oh my God. Cause I kept like trying to get Twitter things going and just reading as like stuff was happening. And it was just very distracting. It was like a sensory overload. But
what do you play as in D&D?
A fairy warlock that summons tentacles and wears leather.
Wow. When I was playing D&D, I was a sorceress, but I also did the tentacle thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have that
tentacles.
They have that. I can't remember the subclass for sorceress, but yeah, it's similar to the warlock one.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I've never known anyone that plays as a warlock, but it was I played D&D for a little while, for like a year. We played it like every Sunday, like off air, and it was my first time playing it, and I got used to that. But it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then I just didn't have time anymore, so I was like, I got to stop for now because it is time consuming. But it was really fun.
It's ridiculous how much time it takes, because even though I go on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop every Monday for 3 hours and play, and I feel we're like nowhere. We're fucking nowhere.
The story hasn't progressed.
I mean, it has, but it's like, I think they said that we'll end up like around level 12 to 14 or something like that. And we've been level 3 for a long time. And I'm like, how long is this thing going to go?
Oh my God. That's kind of funny. Yeah. It D&D kind of goes like that. I got to watch some of your streams, the D&D streams. I always miss them because I'm doing that other stream on the Monday. So that's like probably one of your only ones I don't watch.
Sometimes they're really fun. I don't know. Other times I'm like, it's hard to follow because I get distracted by anything. And so like, if I'm not actively doing something in the game, like I'll be sitting there and someone else will be talking or role playing through something. And I'm like, oh, what's happening on locals? Oh, what's happening on Instagram? oh, what's happening on Google News? It's like, God, it just, yeah.
Well, and your locals is so freaking distracting too. It's like I would love to have it pulled up right now, but like there's no way because I have to keep up with the YouTube chat. So then I would be like, wait, what does that mean? Like, it's just the most insane shit. By the way, you guys, if you're not subscribed to Ricada Law, especially on Rumble and on locals, you are missing out because tell the people, Nick, tell the people what they're missing out on in locals, please.
Well, you're missing out on if you watch my show at all, you're missing out on about a good chunk of the content. A quarter to half of the content of the show is actually just being in the locals community. I have a live chat going 24 hours a day, including right now. So any appearance I'm on, there's a locals live chat that's going dedicated to that. If there's not an appearance, like it's just happening, like locals live chat is still going. And we have to have one of the most active chats in the locals community. I have no idea if anybody else is dumb enough to do what I do, but you can go in there in the middle of the night. There'll be 100, 150 people.
It's true.
Talking, arguing, sending memes, tagging me, trying to distract me on live streams, stuff like that. And the locals chat allows you to post pictures and memes. And the only thing you can't do in my chat is post pornography, which is really the locals rule. But other than that, it's a free speech place. And there's, it harkens back to like the 1990s AOL chat rooms. And it's people just get to talk about kind of whatever they want.
Yeah, it's insane there. And it's kind of refreshing though, because it's just like you said, it's like the 90s. So it's like anything goes in there basically other than porn. Which speaking of, by the way, yeah. So I did something last night after we finished our show.
What did you do?
I went and watched your debate with Venti.
Why would you do that?
Because I was so curious about what happened. And that was a very interesting discussion. That was a really interesting discussion. I will say this. So for those of you who don't know in the chat, Nick was on Simpcast last Sunday. And there was a very heated debate with Brittany Venti and Melanie Mack about, and like the entire panel really, up than Anna, about porn and whether it should be banned or not. And I thought it was it went to a weird place because Venti brought up child porn, and I was like, well, this is getting weird. But
she kept, believe me, this is not a subject I like to sit and dwell on or anything, but she kept saying that the porn industry was basically fueled on the back of child porn or something like that, or built around child porn, as if that child pornography was the monetizing aspect. And I guess the rest of porn is all just a mask put over it, which is an absolute nonsensical point. It makes, there's nothing to that at all. Child pornography has nothing to do with whatever you think of the American porn industry. And there's lots bad to think about it. Absolutely. But there's no way you can argue that it's being fueled by child pornography. These are two very separate things.
Yeah.
And they're, bad actors in adult pornography tend to be like people who are kind of sleazy. Bad actors in child pornography are always, or there are no good actors for one. They're always monsters. Everyone involved in that is atrocious. And so, it's a way to kind of like attack an industry as a whole by saying that there's this thing. And Brittany, I like Brittany a lot.
I love Brittany.
And, but I don't really agree with her position on that. I do agree that porn is relatively damaging to, I think, consumers and to the industry folk who participate. But you know what? Like, I'm not here to police adults' actions. So
and this is why I brought up the subject, because I don't want to dwell on that either. It's just, I love Brittany and I understand her position, because I'm not like, dude, You know how I feel, Ricada. Pedos get the wall, right? Like,
Yep.
I mean, no. CP, pedo people, like, no, stop it.
Go away
Go away
forever.
forever. But the idea of banning an entire industry, I'm not, especially when it's consenting adults. I just don't I don't like the word ban. I guess I'm like like a hard aversion to it. I'm like, full stop. What do you mean by ban? Like, why are we banning this? Or why? And I feel like anything that has to do with some type of vice, whether it's sex, alcohol, drugs, whatever, it's it's kind of like deeply embedded in our psyche. And as a society, we have to understand why we're attracted to it versus wanting to punish ourselves for being attracted to it. It's just you
Yeah.
have to discover the root of the cause of why you're drawn to that thing and then try and figure out if that's good for you or what that's bad for you. And it's a personal thing. Like, especially if you're an adult, it's a personal thing. You have the right to choose to watch it or not watch it. I mean, I personally don't, but I mean, I know a lot of people that do and they're fine. Like, you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah, and it's as I said, I think there and wherever else. Like, look, I'm a 40-year-old man. I grew up when porn hit the internet, and I've seen plenty of it. And these days, it's like, I had to make a decision a while back to just kind of not really engage it,
mhm.
not for any particular reason other than as like this just isn't fulfilling at all. The problem with porn though is you really like it. Like a lot of it's like, it triggers those things that people want.
There's a lot of good feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, and it's typically free or really easy to access now. There's no like shame culture involved in it and stuff like that. So it's become this really accessible thing, really
Mhm.
easy for people to engage. And there's been a big public push to make it not so taboo. But at the same time, it's like, but I think it does mess with people's minds quite a bit.
I do too. I mean, but that's something I've come to discover. Like, I'm in my 30s. I that's something I've come to discover myself through, just like you. I've watched my fair share. I've just decided now at this point in my life, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay without it. I'm fine. I have a fine sex life. Everything's okay. It's just a personal choice that I make. But I don't think that personal choice should be just like put on other people just because I'm the one that does, like, has a problem
Right.
with it or whatever. It's the same thing. Like, when I was listening to the argument, that was one of the things that came up in my mind was how you were talking about, what happened in your chat with the Lady Rackets and everything like that, and how some people had a really bad reaction to the photos. And I thought to myself, that's where it becomes a slippery slope, because everybody has a level of like what they think is virtuous or pornography, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Mhm.
when we start policing that, we're like, no, that's pornography now, or like, that's that's bad. Where do you stop? Like, where is the end of like, okay, we're just going to ban everything. You know what I mean? It's just, that's that
Yeah.
slippery slope to me.
Well, I mean, some people are too young to remember, but the 80s, in the 80s, the censorship hammer was wielded by the other side. It was wielded
Mhm.
by the right, particularly the conservative right. And it did not stop at pornography that they were trying to ban. I mean, it was everything. Rock music. Like,
Yeah, do you remember rock music wanting to be banned? Oh my god, I remember it was like devil's music and like,
and yeah, and you had you had that, you had Dungeons and Dragons banned.
yeah, Dungeons and Dragons got to be banned. It's the
We-
devil's work.
We even saw this shit like resurface for a while with Harry Potter
That's
when
right.
it first came out. And that was
Mhm.
the Christian right being like, no, this is promoting witchcraft. And
Yep.
it's like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm not really seeing it, but I get, and they're like, no, look, some of these recipes are taken from real witch books. I'm like, wait, real witch books?
What's a real witch
We
book?
might want to get these narratives on board here. I'm not sure this is working out for you.
Ah.
But like that, that was going on in the 80s, and where it stops is nowhere. As long as there is power, it will go as far as they can take it. It will go as far as the most ludicrous person can have influence. And you'll find out that that's really fucking far. When you go and watch 80s cartoons, and at the end of every single broadcast cartoon, they would have some sort of lesson. G.I. Joe is the more you know thing. Is like,
Yeah.
or knowing is half the battle, or whatever it was.
Battle. G.I. Joe.
That was because the right put on a broadcast requirement that family programming had to have a discernible, positive educational message in every episode, or else it couldn't be on the air. So they had to either incorporate it into the episode, or they had to add something at the end to make it for an educational purpose. We weren't allowed to just be entertained by a cartoon or a family sitcom or anything like that. They had to incorporate this specific requirement from the right to achieve their purpose. And the whole, like, people make their own decisions, people set their own boundaries, and if you don't like those boundaries, you're free to tell people about it, for sure.
I'm also just, I'm just for a fact of, we've been there before. Like, we banned things, and banning just doesn't work. And I actually think that banning has become part of the culture as well. Like, we do this all the time on even the international scale, where countries are just like, I'm segregating. I'm thinking of the word, not segregating. I'm thinking of another word. They're putting, oh my God, my brain doesn't work anymore, Nick. It doesn't work. It's when you're banning something from a certain country. What is that word I'm looking for?
Oh, just censoring. I don't know.
No, like what they did with Russia. They were like, we're not gonna have this
sanctions.
Yes, sanctions. It's
Okay.
like sanctions are like the banning, like the banning mentality of like, let's just start sanctioning everybody.
Right.
Thank you, chat, for making my brain work. It's just like, I think like it's that culture of like, we don't like this, so we're gonna ban it. We're not like this, so we're gonna ban your country. We're gonna ban this. We're gonna ban that. And like, that's why, especially when it comes from the right, it really upsets me, because I'm like, you guys, you're trying to call out the lefties for like banning you about free speech and censorship and all this stuff. Meanwhile, you're like, hey, let's ban this, let's ban that, blah, blah, blah. It's very hypocritical. And I don't like that.
Yeah, well, everybody goes, I want freedom. And then it's like, well, not there, though. Like, not in that thing.
Yeah.
Not there. And there are, of course, reasonable restrictions on freedom. But people's version of reasonableness is really different. Mine is
true.
No child stuff. Like,
agreed.
That's the restriction on.
I will draw the line there.
Yeah.
If you're consenting adult, have at it.
Right.
The fuck at it. I don't care. That's fine. Whatever.
And at the same time with that, though, don't make me deal with your shit. That's the thing that that's been pissing me off lately with pronouns, with pride, with all this other stuff. It's like, I could care less what you do. Like, I don't, you go do what you're gonna do. Doesn't bother me, but fuck off with forcing me to do anything. Like, don't make me, quote unquote, honor your pronoun or whatever. Don't make me attend some like parade that I have to go to. Don't make me do anything, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
And I don't see what the fuck the problem is then.
This is and that's what happened with the whole mask thing too. Like, I was like, I don't care if you want to go mask yourself, go wear 10. Go wear a bubble. Just don't make me do it. Like, why do I have to do it just because you don't feel safe being outside your house in the fucking air on the beach? You're insane. Get out of here.
Right.
But let me get to some of these super chats, because we got some really, really amazing people in the chat right now. Smash the like, everybody. Share the stream. Tell everybody we're talking over here. Okay, K. What is it? What was it again? Toth Swiss.
K to the Swiss.
K to the Swiss.
That's
for
$20.
Anyway.
That's what I call him anyway.
K to the Swiss. Okay. Well, K to the Swiss for $20 says Venti's just mad that every single male doesn't want her, and she wants to legislate Shemexual attraction, and she uses CP as a way to push her agenda. Okay, I disagree a little bit. Here, because I don't think that men don't want Venti. Venti's very, very desirable woman, and I don't think she's mad at that. I think she's mad at the CP stuff, which she has every right to be, because it is a very dirty and dark industry as well. So, it's complicated. I just think Venti's looking at it and she's much younger than Nick and I. So she's just looking at it from a very, very, just very young perspective, because these things just are very slippery slope, and they're very complicated. Like, the porn industry is very complicated. So, like, who benefits, all that kind of stuff, all that stuff goes into it, Tug Raid.
Oh, what's up, Tug?
It's a Tug Raid. Hey, Tug, if you want to come hang out with us, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to send you a link. Right now, because we're hanging out. So you might as well come hang out with us, because we're going to talk about Star Wars Girl. Yellow Flash might be joining us soon. And so will Andrew Legal Mindset. Here is the link for you, that umbrella guy. If you want to come hang out with us, it'll be like a mini Flashcast, kind of.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, here's Yellow Flash. Hi.
I'm gonna flash my penis. Are you ready?
Oh God. Okay.
Nice. Oh, there we go. That was good.
Wow. I thought you flashed a nip.
Yeah, just a blue nipple there.
It was like a nipple.
You cold flash?
Kind of.
No, just one last thing on the Venti bit, because this, I think this gets lost, because I know how it sounds, and we're like, well, they're younger than us. People might mistake that as, well, they're younger, so they have a less developed idea, or they're this or that. No, for me, it's I remember really wanting to fight everything when I was young. And then you get like a little older and you go, is this the thing I want to fight? Like, is this where I want to spend my energy? And for me, like, taking down the porn industry isn't it. Like, that's not, like, banning that is not on my agenda. I'm much more worried about one, the kid shit. Let's deal with that. And two, let's deal with tyranny. Let's deal with the shit that impacts everybody's lives negatively from
communism.
the government.
Yeah.
Like, let's fight those things. And that's what I would prefer to do. That it has nothing to do with like, oh, they're young, so they can't have a good argument. No, that's
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, thank you for clarifying that, because that's exactly what I meant. And I meant, like, there's too many battles to wage, and the porn one is not at the top of my list either. So thank you for that. And thank you for your $20. So Tug, how are you? Yellow Flash,
doing good. I just finished live stream. I noticed you all were on. I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, we fight the same people. We all have that commonality, but we cover a lot of different things, It's just you notice we have that overlap of the people that we normally fight.
Nick, how do I turn dark mode on locals?
It's in your hold on just a second. Do you want me to send you a screenshot or something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll do
I didn't know that was possible till I saw it on Andrews, and holy fuck, man, I hate this bright light.
Yeah. No, you got to have dark mode.
I really wish StreamYard would fucking put dark mode too. My God, these people.
Just on your locals community page or whatever, and the top right where it's got your @ and your little avatar thing, just click on that. It's got your locals wallet, manage profile, community admin, and then dark mode. That's it. It's simple.
Hey, Cecil's here. What's up, Cecil? You know what? I'll send Cecil the link too. Why not?
Oh God.
Let's get it. Let's get it excited. It's gonna get popping over here.
You said it was under what? I don't see.
Okay. When you're just on your normal community page or whatever, or anywhere on locals, and you in the top right corner of your window, you've got your little icon, and then your @ like it'll say @Yellow Flash or whatever up at the very top.
Yeah.
That little drop down arrow.
Yep.
You just click on your name. It should have dark mode. Should be the fourth thing down. Are you on a browser? Or are you on a phone?
I'm on a browser.
Yeah, it should be right there.
Yeah, I don't see dark mode.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. Local coins, gift, view, account, manage, discovery, log out.
Locals wallet, manage profile, community admin, disable dark mode. You might have to go to your own community or something. I don't know. Here, I'll show you what mine looks like. I'll show you mine, Flash.
Ooh.
Here, I guess I'll just. What do you want me? I'll put this in our Twitter thing because I can again.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome back. Cecil, I sent you the link on Insta because I don't even know what you're doing on Twitter. There's so many Cecil Says accounts now that I'm just like, I don't even know anymore. But thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, Flash, I think you have to go into a community, like into your community or into mine or whatever, and do it in there.
Okay. Let me try that.
And I'm just Nick, this one I think is for you. For $20, Theo wants to know, is Murder 1 Season 1 the best legal procedure ever? Procedural ever.
Murder 1 Season 1. I never watched Murder 1. I have no idea.
Oh, have you guys, Tug, Yellow Flash?
I've never watched it.
What was the show?
Murder 1.
No, I haven't watched it.
I've never seen it either. I'm sorry that we couldn't answer your question, but thank you for the $20. Very generous.
Yeah, I can't watch like legal dramas and procedurals make me want to die.
Because that's your job.
Well, because they're always wrong. Like they're always bad. Because law is slow and boring and shows are an hour. You don't have time for all this shit.
Wow. And then Steven, thank you so much for the $20. Says, speaking of policing others' actions, I couldn't stand Farron white knighting for her sister. If Sissy can't handle Bronca or Andrew, she needs to GTFO the internet. Also, Farron's MGTOW wants to repeal the 19th take is stupid. I don't know what that last part means.
Oh, MGTOW is MGTOW, men going their own way.
Oh.
And I don't know specifically what she said about it, but there are a bunch of people who would say repealing the 19th Amendment would be good because that's what gave women the right to vote, and women shouldn't vote or talk.
Okay.
Wow.
I think Flash might agree that woke white women shouldn't vote.
Flash's favorite people are liberal white women.
Oh.
He loves them.
I mean, I could see why Farron would be standing up for her sister. It's her sister, like their blood. You're gonna stand up for your family. It's just the way she goes. It's just
wow, I looked up repeal the 19th, and
holy
man,
shit,
there's a lot of t-shirts of it.
That Datamax stream. What a shit show that was.
The one that this super chat's talking about.
Glorious shit show though.
Oh yeah, that was an epic shit show.
It was friggin' nuts. Like I couldn't believe that that's what happened. I was like, oh my God, because I was invited on that, and I wasn't feeling well that night, and somehow I feel like that was my saving grace.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I dodge a bullet when I'm not.
SASP for 1999 says, let's cut the BS. We all know that why porn is desired because we're all created to innately know that porn is wrong according to God, and that is all that matters. And thusly, we desire the forbidden, like the apple. Wow, that's very metaphorical. What? Any thoughts?
Yeah,
on this
I
one?
also desire chicken.
You know, I desire food
And like a ribeye.
I
don't think those are automatically wrong. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think that's kind of like my bias. Like gluttony is definitely something that I struggle with all the time, especially because I don't want to get fat. So I'm like, I mean, I'll just sit there and look at food porn. Like that's my porn is food. Like I'll just watch it and be like, I can't have it. So I'll just keep watching it. Cause I don't know.
Nina's over there just like, yeah, fucking cheesecake.
Ice cream looks really
my
good.
God, is that a graham cracker crust?
No joke. That happens to me all the time. Hey, there's another lawyer in the chat. Thank you. Legal Vices says happy Thanksgiving to my American buds. Tug, Yellow Flash 2, Nick. And a while ago to my Mexican Mexicandia Chica. Thank you. Mexicanadian Chica. Thank
Mexinadian,
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, since you guys are all here and are really good friends with Anna, let's talk about what went down today. Because a certain person called out Anna, that Star Wars girl.
This guy is such an idiot.
What a loser. And I mean we were let me
He gets
play
mad.
let me
when
play the one
anybody,
Kevin
like a
Smith
content
clip I
creator,
had.
gets the one up on him. He
It's
gets
true,
pissed.
like you.
He got mad at me, got mad at Clownfish. Now
Yeah.
Anna.
Why does he pay attention to anybody?
Exactly.
Because he's one of these people that are, he's like Ethan Ralph searching his name all the time.
It's true. It's
Oh
true.
my God.
And he's not the only one, because Patton Oswalt found me. And I didn't tag him. I put his name on. That's how you know they're searching the names.
These guys
Patton
make
Oswalt, those
millions of dollars. They make millions of dollars. You should just laugh. Like, who's this retard on YouTube? Like, who cares? And then that should be it. Like, okay, whatever. It's some weird anime avatar doesn't like me. All right.
Yeah, whatever. Here's the clip I was talking about. This is the only Kevin Smith clip I got.
Pointed out, like, at one point I talked to my Netflix friends and I was like, I mean, did you see this? Like, are we in trouble? And they were very kind, and this is not meant to mock anybody, but they were like, Kevin, do you think we decide to pick up other seasons of shows based on the audience rating at Rotten Tomatoes? And I was like, you don't? And they're like, fuck no.
Why don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Well, we see what's wrong with the industry now.
Yep.
Thank you, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, and he does that a lot too. Actually, before I do that, let me go back a little bit just to spin the tale of Kevin Smith's crying tears, which happens quite often. So this dude cries all the time. And then there was this one exchange very recently because he cried over Wakanda Forever, and this is what this whole situation's
crying
about.
for that movie.
Yeah,
How you gonna
actually, with
cry?
the
Fucking awful
He-Man
movie.
So he had some guys that work with him, and they were saying that he does this stuff all the time. Like he'd get a script and he would message them back with pictures of himself crying. And they were making fun of him. Yeah,
No
during all the
way.
He-Man controversy. I was like, oh my God. And it was funny because even his own coworkers were like, yeah, that's pretty sad.
See, I think sometimes he's faking it. I think he's dropping Visine in his eyes sometimes and just trying to, oh yeah, I cried during this.
See, I agree with you, Yellow Flash, because of the exchange he had with Camelot. Because he said, he posted this thing saying just saw Black Panther, Jesus, that mid-credit scene worth the price of admission alone, and he's like crying. And Camelot's like, why do you keep doing this, Kevin? And he responded with, I do it to get attention. And I was like, well, there you go. And I think he deleted it. He's like, why do you keep doing this? To get your attention. Is it working? Was his response. And I think he's deleted this since then. But I think this kind of basically tells you what you need to know, that this man is just looking for attention. I don't think he actually cries at any of these movies. Maybe he cried at one. Yeah. Maybe he cried at
he's
one.
faking it?
Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
I think he's fake. I think
What's
sometimes
worse?
they're genuine, but I think sometimes he's faking it too. Like, I
Is
think the
crying-
one he just did for Black Panther was bullshit. I guarantee you he popped Visine in his eyes, made it look like he was crying, and then posted that picture. He's doing it for attention because, look, everyone makes fun of him. What other reason is there to talk about Kevin Smith?
But is it more disgraceful to cry in public, or is it more disgraceful to pretend to cry in public? Like, which one's what? Like, I'm actually torn on that. That's a moral dilemma for me.
I mean, I think it's just that he's a pathetic loser and he just wants attention.
To be so pathetic that you have to fake cry for the attention, I think is worse.
Okay, here's
what a
the
low
thing.
thing to do, like post your pictures of yourself crying. That's like, you look like a pussy man.
And that's the thing, Flash, because at first I thought maybe the reason he's crying so much is because he's like hormonally imbalanced because he's a vegan. So you get fucked up when you're a vegan and you're not balanced anymore. So your emotions are out of whack and you go crazy and you cry at everything. It's like, being a woman because you have a lot less testosterone, and that's why you're crying all the time. But then it comes with this response, and I'm like, okay, so then it's not just him doing it because he's like emotional, he's just crying at everything. I think he's literally doing it because he cried at something, he got a shit ton of attention, and he's like, okay, I can keep this grift going because that's what gives me the most attention. And that's why he keeps doing it. And then so today we had this come out. Oh, Anna. I wish you could be here for this. So Anna posted this saying, I got a shout out on Kevin Smith's podcast. Yo, Kevin Smith, I stand by what I said. You're a full-grown man posting pictures of yourself crying over every damn movie. Don't blame it on your dad. He didn't post those pics. Stop crying and be a man. Have you guys seen this podcast like ever?
Yes.
No. God.
That's how I found it.
Oh,
Flash.
really?
Yeah.
I would like to see like more of this just to see what else he said after this clip.
Some chick named That Star Wars Girl or something like that. And she wrote this fucking screen. She was like, you're always doing this. And she ended with, be a man. I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's the version of a man we thought we were supposed to be.
Like,
can we talk about this? I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man. Why?
Oh my God.
Because
what? Why?
He
Just
explains why.
transition.
He explains why. Listen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man that she was suggesting that I'd be. It's
like our dad's generation.
who
where
didn't
they're-
fucking cry.
No.
Although my father cried. There's some chick named
Oh man, it would really suck to be as manly as your dad's generation. God, what would we do with that? I mean, the generation that built the world that you live in. Like the generation that paid for the house and the education and all of your time to fuck off and make movies. That generation, the ones who who did all the stuff that was required for you to be a little crying bitch in front of a movie theater. Like, well, why on earth would we want to emulate success? Oh my God, what a strange concept.
It's nuts. Flash, what are your takes on this? What are your takes on this loser talking about this?
Yeah, I think he's just really insecure, super insecure. I mean, recently he did an interview where he said, like, they asked him, what's the number one thing that you're afraid of?
Mhm.
And he said irrelevancy.
Ooh, see, that goes with the attention thing. He's like addicted to the attention. What about you, Tug? What do you think of this?
I think it's hilarious. I like watching him dig this hole. I think it's funny that he keeps giving people unintentional shout outs. And, every time he does the crying thing, you notice it gets less and less attention because people, even the people that simp for the dude, are just like, man, this is sad.
Like it's getting old.
Yeah, it's old hat, man. I mean, it's not it's not interesting at all. And you can tell what he's doing. I think it's because he's trying to market and stay relevant. He's wanted so badly to be part of the Marvel marketing. He wants to direct a movie for them so badly. And yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that they don't have him do that because he just seems like right up their alley. He's so soy. Do you guys think that even they know that he sucks and they don't want to cast him?
Well, they look at all the, if they're looking at it monetarily, I mean, look at all the failures that he's had recently. I wouldn't pick him up just for that,
Yeah, he does not have a strong track record at the moment.
And he wants to hang on to that nerd audience. Like he's desperate to cling to that in any way possible. Same with his buddy Patton Oswalt. Like for some reason, it inserts himself into every panel show for any kind of big property coming out, like Lord of the Rings and all this shit. Like if everyone would just reject them, they'd fucking go away.
Legal mindset for 20,000, what is it, wuons? Thank you. Addicted to external validation, he craves the clout. It's the soy Achilles heel of many content creators. Wow. That's profound. Thank you, Legal Mindset. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me what he was saying about his father, though, because what he was attributing it to is that what you were saying, Nick, like he doesn't want to be that macho. It's the idea of this masculine macho culture and how it's been bad. It's a bad thing to be a man and to be stoic and to not be overtly emotional. So this in 2022, I think that it's pretty clear that they've been trying to kind of destroy masculinity and femininity in their own rights. And I think that in that sense, it makes sense why he's fought so hard to not be a man. It makes sense to me that he's so against that, which is kind of weird for a man to be. But I guess you can be a self-hating man, I guess. I don't know. It's fascinating.
Look, he has very nuanced and special views on masculinity, Nina. I just don't think you understand. In fact, neither does anybody. And that's on them for not understanding. I mean,
Flash, do you have a longer clip of this? Like, what does he say after that? Because he said, like, my father used to cry, and then it cut out.
Isn't that that's the whole segment?
There's some chick named
because in the end he goes.
How long is that? Like 23 seconds?
25 seconds.
The whole bit's like 10
seconds.
minutes long.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because in here,
my father cried.
It just goes on to say, like, I don't think that guy would copyright strike you if you just want to play the whole crying segment.
Do you know? Do you happen to have the link for the actual interview?
Yeah, hold on. It's in the DM room.
While you do that, I'm gonna read a couple of these super chats because people have been so amazingly generous. Theo, thank you for another $20. Says season 1 of Murder One is one trial, some side cases, but the main story is one case. Well, there you go. You know what? I would be interested in this because I like these weird shows. I'm gonna have to remember this. Murder One. I will remember this. Thank you, Theo.
There you go. It's in the private chat now.
Excellent. Because I'm curious to know what was the last sentence that he said about.
Yeah, I was curious too.
Where is do you know the minute mark by any chance? Kevin Smith pot.
It's got
selfies.
bookmarks.
There it is. Kevin Smith posts crying selfies. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Flash. Okay, here we go, guys.
Yeah, I think you probably could. I think you could.
Yeah. So anyway, the heart attack, post heart attack, I got even softer. I've always been a soft boy.
Sure.
You a soft boy or you a hard guy?
No, I'm very soft.
Yes.
But I try to
come across as hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
cry all the time, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I'm big into crying, man. I think it's cathartic and fucking like, especially if it's for good reason. Like I've cried throughout my life for horrible fucking reasons, and it's terrible. But like when you're watching a movie and it's like, oh, and there's a moment in Black Panther in the end credit sequence. Hold
on.
Sure. And shit.
Hold on. He's big into crying, first of all. Second of all, he cries when it's important. Like in the mid-credit scene of Black Panther. Just not what comes to mind to me. Like that, like, okay. Now I have my statement on men crying in public. Don't. Is my statement on it.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
do it.
Shit, Nick. I didn't get that memo. I'm sorry. I was just watching some Gundam and I was really
but
not
no,
like this.
but the answer is like don't do that is a general rule. But of course there's exceptions, right? Like of course, you know, your dad dies or something, right? Like people are going to be broken up by that. A significant other gets hit by a bus. Yeah.
Well, Nick, dude, he actually tried to gaslight everybody because he posted a few days ago when Kevin Conroy died, and he's like, I just made a video of crying about my friend dying, and I know that everyone's gonna make fun of me, but I cried because I heard he died. And I was like, look, bro, like your friend dying, it's okay to cry. You crying at a mid-credit scene of Wakanda Forever is not quite tier material. Like, no one's gonna judge you because you cried because your friend died. That is completely different.
Yeah, it's an insane idea. But yeah, when it matters, like yes, at significant loss, at massive personal strife, when you're on the last of your sanity or whatever. Okay, yeah, you break down or whatever, and you like people, I guess then people get to know that you're actually going through something. For men, traditionally, that has been a pretty, I say traditionally, American traditionally, has been a pretty cataclysmic point in a man's life when that happens. Or it could just be at the mid-credit scene of Wakanda Forever. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, really important time to cry. Stop it.
Did you watch
Stop
the movie,
it.
Nick?
No.
Have any of you seen it?
Not happening. It is not. There's no way. I mean, the only way
Which
it's going to
movie?
happen is on a plane.
Wakanda Forever.
It's on a plane when it's
Oh,
already
yeah.
paid for. That's the only way I will watch that movie ever.
I watched the hand camcorder special version, and it sucks.
I watched the same version last
Yeah.
show.
I watched it while I was making videos on Saturday, so I
That's
didn't really pay
awesome.
much. A couple scenes here. There was like one good fight scene in it, but other than like the movie sucks. Wakanda's the dumbest nation. I don't understand why they have one boat. Like, what is this? I understand they're landlocked, but you don't think a superpower would have some kind of a naval fleet? They have one boat.
Is it funny to anyone else that they tried to take over a country full of black people by just putting water in it? Like, that was kind of terrible. Like, that was maybe not
a little bit.
a good thought.
On the nose.
Not
bit
thinking
on the
through that
nose.
one.
Yeah.
There was so much little bit on the nose in that movie that you're like, holy fuck. Like, you know, like, I don't know, maybe Wakanda going around kidnapping kids for one. Like, that was fucking weird.
Child soldiers. What's wrong with that? That's bigoted that you're not pro child soldier. Like, what's wrong with that?
There was a lot of yikes scenes in that movie. I was just like, oof, is this okay to say? And then they came out, and then Flash did a video on this, but they came out and did the promotional, what was it? Fried chicken and purple drink.
Oh yeah, you go to Disney. I think probably Epcot because that's where they have all the food.
Are you serious?
That's where I'm
Excuse me?
gonna guess they have it in Epcot. I don't know exactly which theme park, but like you can go there and buy dishes of Wakanda, and there's lemonade with purple in it. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a purple drink basically. Then
I think it's like Mio.
And then
Like, it's like purple
chicken,
Mio or
big
something.
fried looking chicken.
Because that's totally traditional African food. Because if you know anything about Africa, that is so traditionally African. It's 100%. Like, that's
Why
so
would
accurate.
they do this?
This is and only
Why?
Disney can get away with this kind of shit. Because if anybody else did that, they would be so canceled like right away. I'm just surprised they didn't add watermelon to that menu. Because I was like,
What are
okay,
you talking about? That's like Iger getting
Probably
into being
on the
based.
menu.
Iger's just being
It didn't
based
show
now,
it.
you know?
The menu is actually printed on watermelons, and after you decide what you're going to eat, you eat the menu.
Can you imagine? It's like those fruit roll-up watermelon flavored menus. Oh my god, great. Okay, let's listen to what else this person has to say.
Sorry.
And that's woven into the story. And so
Nice
there's a
microphone.
moment in, like, you know, they do their mid-credit sequence, you know, where they like a little scenelet thing. And it was crazy powerful. So good and so emotionally.
What movie is this guy watching? There was nothing powerful about this movie. It was so bad. Oh god.
He's clearly trying to stroke them off, so they give him a movie deal. Like, that's, I mean, you guys said it,
Yeah.
and it's true. He's just so thirsty for that. He's
Clearly.
gonna, I mean, and he realizes, like, that's not what they're looking at. They're looking at your track record, and it's fucking failure.
Counterpoint. He's an idiot. or he like just has like shit taste and sucks. Like he's not putting out good movies anymore. So maybe
Awful.
he's just
the
kind of grown into
one
being
of the
a
reviews
bitch.
for Clerks 3 said he was awful and he should never direct again. And they even like talk shit about his heart attack and stuff. Like
Oof.
it's it was pretty harsh. One of the harshest reviews I've ever read for a movie.
Ouch. Did you do a video on it?
Yeah, of course.
I gotta go watch that. That sounds pretty bad.
He called him irrelevant, basically.
Well,
he knows he is.
He is, though. That's why he's doing this.
Satisfying that they could have literally just put that scene out as the whole movie, charged me double of what they're charging
be
right
like,
now,
I'm
and I would have
fine.
been like, that was the best fucking picture I saw.
Get off
You end
your
the movie
knees,
right,
Kevin
don't matter
Smith.
what the
My
fuck you did in
God.
the first hour. You could fuck
Well,
up
he
left
wants
and
to
right, man. As long as you
do what
stick
new
the
men
landing.
do. He wants to do what new men do. I mean, he's down. Wait, is Tom Segura? Is that the guy from that Home Movies show? He was the coach in Home Movies.
I only know he's always on Joe Rogan's podcast. And in when I saw Dave Chappelle in Nashville, he was like one of the warm-ups.
Okay, I gotta check and see if that's the show, if that's the voice. Hold on, Home Movies. You guys remember that show? It was on
Yeah, I remember Home Movies.
yeah, it was on Cartoon Network. It's
Is that Adult
fucking
Swim?
weird.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
The coach was, God, I love the fucking coach.
Speaking of
H.
man
John
babies.
Benjamin.
Speaking
H.
of man
John
babies,
Benjamin.
here's Cecil. Hi.
Jesus Christ. It's just, goddamn.
You know, I was happy that the testosterone was rising on this show, and then Cecil came in to balance that out.
It's Coach McGurk. Coach McGurk from Home Movies.
Is Tom?
No,
Segura?
it's John Benjamin.
Yeah, John Benjamin. That guy. Their voices almost sound similar. John Benjamin's hilarious.
Yeah, I met him actually. He's a very nice guy.
Did you cry?
I fucking sobbed like a baby. I met him. I met him, Todd Barry, and David Cross. David Cross was a bit of a dickhead. The other two guys were really nice.
Why are you wearing ski goggles?
Why aren't you?
That's a fair
I don't
question.
know. That's I guess
He
that's
probably drunkenly lost his normal goggles, so that is probably an accurate assessment. For people.
You
Is
probably.
Is that what happened to you? Are you like pulling a George
Yeah, he's
Costanza?
nodding because this happened at Mitsuri. Literally, some rando found his goggles lying around because he was drunk and lost them. Like, I lost my Fed glasses. Fuck you.
I had to come up with a new costume. Andrew nailed it first fucking try. Yes, this is when Spider-Man forgets his costume and has to put something together.
Oh my God. Okay, let me
The
play.
thing is, it's when fat guys get skinny, they're just not funny anymore. They become gay.
Mm.
Oh
It's all
fuck!
the soy, man. This guy drinks so much soy, and the vegan diet is just not helping.
The only time a fat guy is still, funny after he loses weight is if he has AIDS, and that's the only exception.
You know, thinking about it though, it's true. Al Roker was way less funny when he got skinny. If he got AIDS, I'd laugh hysterically.
Wow.
Shit.
You'll always win, people. So
Might want to just keep this on.
a long time
It's on YouTube, Cecil. My God, man.
ago, started taking pictures of myself when I'm crying and posting them. Don't laugh yet. I see the smile coming up. Now remember, I've called you a smart guy for all this.
I know.
I don't want you coming down to harm me. So, there's a reason. I'll get to it. So I did it once, and a lot of people responded very positively to it. Some people were very unnerved by it. Like, you're a grown man. What are you doing? I think I cried like Captain Marvel or some shit. It's like, what is this all about?
Why would you
I got news for you. I got
reason
news
for that.
for you.
That's one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen.
It's
Holy shit.
Kevin, it's the timing It's the timing. Your dog didn't just get run over by a steamroller, man. Like
No,
you didn't.
It's not even that he cried. It's that he wants the world to know he cried. That's the fucking.
Yeah.
That's where the psychosis comes in. That's where he's a fucking nut job and a baby and a woman. This is everybody. I'm having a bad day and everybody has to know about it. I'm sad. Right. That's it. You're sad. Fine. You fucking shed a tear. Fine. Keep it to yourself. No, I gotta snap a photo of this like a fucking teenage girl going through a breakup and fucking let the world know I'm in pain because T'Challa's dead. You fucking dope.
Oh my God. I almost cried at Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel too, because I almost cried because it was the worst thing I'd ever seen in the MCU. And I was like, is this where things are heading?
Yes.
We're fucked. Like that. Oh my God.
You're smoking too much weed, shit like that. So it's kind of a tradition. I do it all the time. And it's become so stereotypical that like I posted a picture the other day for Wakanda Forever. Some tweet was just like, this has to be a Kevin Smith parody account because this is too on point to even be Kevin Smith, but it was Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
So it's got like 30,000.
He's like a fucking parody of himself. How the fuck you've no self-respect, dude. My God.
Likes.
Yeah.
But 24 hours straight, I trended and people were just lacerating me, man. Just shredding the fuck out.
Wait, because you're crying or because you posted that you're crying?
Both.
No,
Number
actually,
one,
can
they
you
get
pause it for a
upset that I.
second? Actually, I think they were lacerating him. They were covering him in lace.
They're
like a
covering him with
fucking
lace,
woman.
yeah. He was really.
It's like if they were a man, they would if he were a man, they would lacerate him. But since they're like, God, you're such a bitch. Wear some panties, baby. Like, get the fuck out. Jesus.
I began lactating when Shuri took over.
Oh my God. Cecil, did you watch the movie?
Fuck no.
I can hook you up with that special edition.
You already did. I'm not interested.
All right.
Oh, you
Let's
just
have
don't
the
even want to
special
spend
Make some
some time.
content out of it, make some money.
I wouldn't watch it if you paid me.
Really?
Cecil, really?
Like, no, there's no amount of money. There's no
there's
amount of
an
money.
amount.
You're a
There's
grifter. I mean,
an
come on.
amount of money.
Okay,
The
let's be clear.
grift king.
You're a whore. It's just the price. I mean, let's be clear. There is a number.
Okay, so what is the number, Nick?
To watch
How
long is
Wakanda
this
Forever?
movie?
If it was in the 5 digits, would you do it? 5 digit.
Yeah, in the
digit
5 digits, I'd do
Okay,
it.
you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 5 digits. Everybody super chat me for Nick to watch.
Wait a minute. No.
Kickstarter, get Nick to watch Wakanda
Yeah, 5
Forever,
digits for Nina, and I'm
Wait a
not
minute,
doing
Jesus.
it. You should give Nina 5 digits, but not to get me to watch this. No, you want me to watch it. I do it for less than 5 digits, probably, but it's still an unreasonable amount. I mean,
yeah.
It sounds unreasonable, but at the same time, there's really no value, you can put on time. And that is really what you will be spending is time that you will never get back. And it's fucked.
Dude, I cannot imagine. Like it takes a colossal effort to get me to spend 2 hours on anything that isn't streaming these days. Like what I gotta sit down and watch something I don't like. No. Like, I can't
you
imagine
watched
it.
She-Hulk, which I was really surprised about.
Yeah.
Now-
That one I didn't
It was
watch.
Regrettable that I did.
See, Flash, I was going to ask you if you thought Wakanda Forever was worse than She-Hulk.
She-Hulk sounds way worse than Wakanda Forever.
I
watched
think
everybody
it
make
was.
fun of it.
She-Hulk was so bad. It was awful.
And
But
the-
I did that because Mahler asked me to. That's why.
That I finished it, but I couldn't. I stopped doing videos on it. I just couldn't do it. Like I honestly was dreading it. Like I did. Like I think the first 6 or 7 episodes, I just couldn't finish it. Like it was like going to the worst job you ever had. Like it was to talk about this shit. It was just so fucking miserable. I never finished the series.
I couldn't get into it at all.
It was bad.
Oh.
By the way, I want to show you guys. Nina, blow up my screen for a second. This was in the Disney shop, not in Disney, in Universal Marvel shop. This was like they sell Snuggies of Black Panther. This is the model they got for these.
Oh my god. Yeah, I saw that
Oh my
because
God, that's
Gary
amazing.
posted it.
Oh, what
Dude, I
the
can't
fuck?
believe they
I
dodged
was
yellow
with Gary.
flag.
I was with Gary. Me and Gary saw this at the same time and just started fucking dying.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, Gary posted that on Twitter. It's so good.
Dude, this is when you're bringing home like a woke girl, and then you're like, "Let me go into my room and slip into something more comfortable." Oh,
Like you get your woke
Hell
white
yeah.
woman.
You know how
Oh,
you
God.
you know how they know they're sucking, all those journalists are sucking Disney's dick is because they haven't gotten mad about that. If that was anybody else,
That's true.
there'd be like
And the-
50 or 60 hit pieces already on that.
It's
Well,
true.
the good news for that guy is that when he puts that on, his penis probably is bigger.
It just grows magically.
Hey, Nina, I got to bounce for a little while. I got to go try on my costume real quick. I'm gonna
Okay,
go buy
thanks
one.
for stopping by, Tug, and thanks for the raid, man.
You're gonna go get one of those for yourself,
Yeah,
Doug?
yeah, I'm going to order one right now.
He's gonna go.
Black
I'm gonna
Panther
be like,
Snuggie.
"Ladies." Yep.
yo,
Hey, y'all have a good holiday tomorrow, by the way.
You too, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too,
Happy
buddy.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Big cheers to the family, Tug.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Oh my god.
By the way, I picked one up and it's already paid dividends. One of those things because I brought home a date, slipped into it, and then I tried to get a blowjob and she said no, and I was like, "What are you, a fucking racist?" And then she did. It was half-hearted.
That's it.
Wow. Let me get this massive super chat real quick. Thank you, Jay Schwabach for 99.67. Says was watching Jeremy Kill shoot on G&G and Sawyer stream. Just wanted to support. Thank you. Yes, Kevin Smith's wife and I share the same last name. She needs to spank he more cannibal woman in the avocado jungle of death. Please review. Love you all. What? I've never heard of this. Let me take a picture of the super chat so I don't forget.
She
What
needs
is
to
this?
spank him more.
What is Cannibal Women
It's a movie. I think
in
it's
the
like
Avocado Jungle?
why do I think like
Cannibal Women in an Avocado Jungle sounds like a porn. That definitely sounds like a porn.
It's a movie. I feel like what was that late night? The Eddie Murphy's friend, black guy, had a talk show in the
Arsenio
90s.
Hall.
Arsenio,
I feel
yeah.
like Arsenio Hall is in this movie for some reason.
I'm gonna have to check this out. Thank you, Jay
I have
Schwab.
a
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Vague memory of it.
Okay.
Bill Maher movie. It's a Bill Maher movie. All right.
Oh, is it?
Wrong talk show host and color.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh, he was on Amazon Woman in the Moon. That was Arsenio Hall. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got like 30,000 likes.
Yeah.
But 24 hours straight, I trended and people were just lacerating me. Man.
He
Just
loves it. He
shredding
loves
the
this.
fuck out.
Wait,
jerking off.
because you're
Before the
crying or
event.
because you posted that you're crying?
Both.
Both.
Number one, they get upset that I even cried at what they call a kid's
Can we see it? You pull it up?
Please don't. There it is. Not fucking terrible.
No.
And look what
Why
I
are you
wrote,
showing
man.
it?
Just saw.
He loves this attention. He's
That's-
like, oh,
that's-
please don't. Yeah, that's the one.
I'm going to go back to the same fucking point. It's fine. You got choked up during a scene in a movie. Great. What about you as a 50-something-year-old man says, I have to take a selfie and let people know I'm crying right now? What the fuck is broken in you, you fucking asshole?
It's the soy. It's the soy.
It is.
Black
Soy
Panther.
consumption.
It's the
Jesus,
same
that
teenage
mid-credit
girl
scene worth the
fucking-
price of Michelin. That's it. Controversial.
I think that's
Is that me going, you know what? Trump was right.
No, that's
Is that me going, I got thoughts about the Jews just like
It's
Kanye? This is the least controversial fucking thing.
Whoa. Like,
Whoa.
Why's he got to be racist against Kanye?
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck.
Fucking
What the
Wakanda
fuck?
forever. Don't fuck.
That came out of nowhere. Like, it was like, what?
A big controversy. Trump was right. Okay, Kevin. We got it. You're very,
You could put up on
very
the internet.
against him.
Very big against.
He's throwing out his bona fides, like so no one attacks him. Like, hey, I'm one of the good guys.
Man, he is hurting for a job.
And the amount of ass fucking I got out of it,
That's a nice
and
tribute.
dry ass fucking
Yeah,
talk.
no
Not the
lube.
pleasant kind.
No.
Wow, he's
What?
really.
Wait,
What
what?
the fuck? Dude.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Not
with
the pleasant
everything.
kind.
That
Oh,
song goes with
man.
everything.
I love you,
By the
Flash.
way, I've been lately getting the copyright strikes on the end of it, but
I
yeah,
have too.
I win every
I've
one
been
of them. I
getting
win
it
every one
too.
of them.
Just on the song.
My man said not the pleasant kind.
Yeah, dry, not the pleasant kind.
He sounds like he's really well versed about what goes on with gay sex.
He is.
That's all.
I don't think he's gay. I think he just wants to be down with the cause so badly. Like, I'm
down on his knees. Like, damn, dude.
Like, I don't like Trump. Did you guys get that? Oh,
Like between this guy, Mark Hamill, and fucking what's that guy's Mike Rappaport, or what the fuck?
Michael
that guy is?
Rappaport?
Yeah,
That guy's a piece of shit too.
begging for jobs by screaming at Republicans. Please, left
insane.
Hollywood, pay attention to me. I'll yell for you.
I'll get on my knees. I'm begging you, please.
Was unfucking fathomable.
It's a
to
nice
the point
tribute.
where I was like, I'm done with fucking Twitter. Like, fuck this noise. You can't put up a simple fucking like, hey man, I like this movie and I got crying.
That lasted like 1 minute.
You could have. You didn't have to put a picture of yourself crying. Could have said, I got
The I'm done with Twitter is the I'm moving to Canada. It's they're saying it. It's never gonna fucking happen. They're never gonna do it.
Leave.
Just go. He's so addicted to Twitter that there's no way he's leaving.
Nobody's doing it. Nobody's leaving Twitter. They know
Nobody.
they have to be on Twitter.
Now, it's one thing. I saw two factions. Some people going like, let him alone. He wants to cry at a movie. And then some people being like, look, if he wants to cry at a movie, that's fine. Why the fuck is he taking a picture of it and posting it online? So here's an answer.
Okay.
And one I didn't fucking put online shit because for the longest time I was like, fuck everybody. They don't deserve a fucking response.
We're
or an
answering your
explanation.
questions now. Tell us.
Here it is.
Oh, okay. Let's hear
First
it.
time I ever posted a picture of myself crying. Fucking, I went to the next Comic-Con I was at. A kid came up to me and was like, I love that picture you put up of yourself crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm a little embarrassed I did it. He's like, don't.
This is a lie.
I saved his
This is a
life.
lie.
He was going to kill himself, but my
Yeah, here we go.
Fuck up. I'm a hero. He was
This
like,
is
I
a
didn't
lie.
think other guys were allowed to cry, and I was about to kill myself, but
Not all directors can wear capes.
Oh, and if I save one kid, I'll cry 1,000 tears.
He's gone, I cry at movies I get beat the shit out of by my friends. He's gone, I put up that picture. I showed my friends that you fucking do it too. I get beat up a little bit fucking less. He's gone, but you wouldn't want to be around them. They'll probably beat the shit out of you next. And he was like, you made life easier. At that point, I was
Oh my
like,
God.
The kid just told Kevin Smith that a bunch of kids would beat the shit out of him. I don't think this story is actually. I think he missed the root point of that story. Is I used to cry and then I would get beat up. I showed him a picture of you crying, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll kick his ass instead." And you know what? They were right. They'd win.
I think this is like this story never happened. I really
don't
think
believe
he's
so. I
making
don't
this
think
shit
so.
up.
Yeah. He wanted attention.
It's like those posts you see on Twitter where there's like this person's like, this happened to me, and it's like this like entire thing about like somebody being like super racist towards them, and you're like, that never probably happened to you. Like,
And listen, the chat says this kid came up to me. He was drinking a fair trade non-dairy soy kai latte.
if that picture makes a motherfucker's life easier,
yeah,
it's worth the hits. Like, it's
for
worth
sure
fucking
it is.
saying some shit. And I
he's doing us a service. Everybody, give it up
Making the
for
world
Kevin
better.
Smith.
That kid got a little less lumps because of me. I'll take your lumps, kid. I'm
know for a fact it does. Like, the response is very positive. There are a lot of people like, I feel the same fucking way, but there are an unfathomable amount of just fucking cold people who are like not comfortable with their own emotions.
It's not good, man. It's not good for them. I mean,
really isn't. I
I
feel bad on a certain level. I know they feel bad for me. They're like, you're a fucking. There's some chick named that Star Wars
here
girl
we
or something
go.
like that. And she wrote this fucking script.
That's our girl.
Anna, Nina, where is she?
She's heading out to families for Thanksgiving. I sent her the link, and she said if she's able to, she'll drop by. But I don't know if she's going to. But shout out to Anna if you're listening. We love you, Anna. Fuck Kevin Smith.
She was like, you're always doing this, and she ended with, be a man. And I was
right.
like, what the fuck? I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man.
Yeah.
Grown up fucking
yes.
teenager.
Not to be
struggling.
We believe you.
The struggle is real.
We know it's hard.
It's been struggling to tie your shoes your whole life, not to be a man.
The version of a man we thought we were supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man that she was suggesting that I'd be. It's
like our dad's generation.
who
where
didn't
they're-
fucking cry.
No.
Although my father cried. That's why I can cry at shit, man. Because my father used to take me to movies all the time.
He would cry?
He would cry. He cried. First time I ever saw my father cry was in a movie theater. He took me to see Raging Bull. You know, in the 70s, fucking we all love Rocky and shit.
Yeah.
So when Raging Bull came around, my dad was like, "Oh, there's another boxing movie." I don't know if you've ever seen Raging Bull, but it's nothing like
It's not
fucking
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah.
No. There's a whole like, "Did you fuck my wife?" That never happened in
Yeah,
Rocky.
yeah.
And he had to explain that to me and shit. But in any event, we're watching the movie, and I was like, I remember my first reaction, ironic for the guy that made Clerks. I was like, "Oh, this shit's in black and white." So I already hated the movie to begin with. And I was bored at a
Remember when
certain
that
point.
would bother us so much
Oh my
as kids?
God. It was
Black
like,
and
this
white
is so old
or
timey.
subtitles. You're like, the fuck? I watch something with subtitles?
I at a certain point, I was getting ready to like ask my dad for like money to go play a video game in the lobby. And I look over and he's not rolling a dignified tear. My father's sobbing. The movie like grabs him so emotionally and shit like that. And he's like roiling. His body is moving from crying. And I've been to funerals with my old man. I watched some various funerals.
Yeah.
And I never.
Have you guys ever cried at Raging Bull?
No, I've seen that movie. I don't even know what scene is sad. What the fuck is he talking about?
Did his dad just cry at the end because he had to deal with Kevin Smith again when it was done?
And I think he was sobbing because he looked over at his fat son next to him and was like, Jesus Christ.
Chrissy, she says he inherited the gayness from his dad. Well, Script Doctor was in the chat earlier and he said that he has gay brothers. So maybe his whole family is gay.
What the fuck scene in Raging Bull? I've seen that movie a dozen times. What the fuck was this? I mean, his life spirals out of control and he starts selling the gems from his belts. But what the fuck would you be heaving, sobbing in front of your? First of all, never cry in front of your kid ever.
No.
You're the rock of the family. You
The only time I ever saw my father cry was at my brother's grave.
That's
that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's
and
fine.
even
Like,
then he
funeral,
like
okay.
hit it. Like even then he was
Right.
like this. Like he didn't let me see him. Like he was just covering himself. But that's the only time.
You're
Now,
the
okay,
rock.
serious question for you guys. Okay, I already know, and I mean, everybody knows. Flash cried at Gundam. Okay, it's an open secret. Everybody knows.
Sobbing like this man.
He didn't take pictures of his tears.
You should have.
You should, but next time just take a jar, like show a jar with water in it and go, "Here are my Gundam tears."
You
Everybody
shed a
feel bad
tear.
for me. I just broke up with my boyfriend.
I'm gonna ask this for the rest of the panel. What is the movie that has caused that for you?
Ooh, I could answer that very quickly. I don't think I've ever cried or sobbed, but it chokes me up. The Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, the John Candy speech at the end, especially after he died. When
Yes.
he's like, "I like me," and blah blah blah. That choked me up. But I don't think I was sobbing. I definitely wasn't actually. But
Okay. Andrew, what about yours?
I'm really thinking about it, and it's been hard to think about things that have made me really, really, really choke up. A lot of war movies, people mention war movies, like sometimes those will be, it's just the sacrifice, like the scope of the sacrifice of these people, right? It doesn't, I don't cry, but I get like, I feel like these guys. I remember watching even, I just watched All Quiet on the Western Front, and I'm like, just thinking like, the Netflix remake, it's not as good as the original, but I was like, these people died in mass and we have no idea. We have a generation of people that has no idea what real sacrifice is. They think taking a tweet is the same as taking a fucking bullet, right? It's just, to me, like that's the, like, just really letting that sink in, like how far we have fallen as a society. Like that makes me sad. But other than that, I mean, really, it's been stuff like the last time I remember crying was when my dad died. That's pretty much it. And I did it alone,
Yeah.
So.
Okay. What about you, Nick? Have you ever cried at a movie?
Probably somewhere. But I couldn't name a specific one where I was actually crying. I can name one where I definitely choked up. Even recently was It's American Beauty is one of my favorite movies.
That's a great
I know
one.
I know a bunch of people hate it, and that's fine. But it's the end when Kevin when Kevin Spacey is looking, he looks at the picture of his wife and his daughter right at the end, right before he gets offed. And he is like sublimely and
Wait,
serenely
what? He dies?
happy.
I didn't finish that movie.
Yeah. Very
Spoiler
important to finish.
alert.
I got
But,
two movies I didn't finish. That and Titanic. Do not tell me the end of that one.
Yeah. So there's 2 points. There's 2 points. There's that one where he like looks at his wife and his daughter, and he, for just a minute, even though like his relationship with his wife is shit or whatever, but he remembers back when it wasn't, and he's remembers his wife, and he's hopeful for his daughter's future. And it's like such like this dad moment that's really nice.
I
And
can
then
see why that would hit you because you're a dad.
Yeah. And then the other one is actually it's Robbie, I think his name is, the weird kid, when his dad is beating the shit out of him and he says, I didn't mean to let you down. Don't give up on me, sir. It's like this like awful moment of like this kid just trying to not fuck up enough for his dad, like for the soul's sake. His dad's a monster who's completely destroyed his mother. Like that's pretty apparent, and is working on destroying him. And even so, he's like just trying to not, it's just fucking, it's tragic. It's a tragic moment. So those are my 2 in that movie.
Okay. Flash. Now we know about Gundam, but is there any other movie that's gotten you really choked up, like Wakanda Forever?
Yeah, that one did.
Anything with robots, perhaps?
No, seriously. Do you have one?
I haven't watched anything new in a long time. I don't know.
Any movie. It doesn't have to be new.
Or I mean, anything in a while. I haven't watched anything in a while. I've been really busy, so I don't know.
Not even like Old Yeller or something.
Yeller.
Come on, Flash. There's got to be a movie.
I mean, people mention like some
teared
old
up
ones like Shawshank, right? Like I think that one's one that like I don't think I cried, but I definitely like felt.
Oh,
a
like
certain
Field
way,
of
right?
Dreams. Like that was pretty good.
Blow when he realizes his daughter wasn't actually coming to visit him. God, that was fucking tough. Like that was
Really?
actually really a tough spot, right? I don't know. Am I alone on that?
I don't know. I
don't have a daughter,
I
so
didn't
it's
cry on that one.
I haven't seen that in a long
I
time.
didn't cry on it. It's just like that's
It
kind of
choked
like
you
a
up.
really moving scene. I don't know.
Hi,
Yeah,
Chrissy.
there are moving scenes that choke you up, but do you sob? Like, have you ever sobbed?
No.
I mean, sobbed. I mean,
Well, I have because I'm a woman.
I've seen a girl, actually teenage girls who were relatives. We thought there was like somebody died. The amount of sobbing that was happening, and it was from The Notebook. They were watching down in the basement.
Oh yeah, I sobbed at that movie.
Yeah.
They were like almost hyperventilating, crying. I've never seen the movie, but
I sobbed at Titanic at the end, and I was so embarrassed because I was like crying so hard, and then I was like so embarrassed. I'm like trying to cover myself, and I was like 13 years old, and I was like just really embarrassed. And then the movie ends, and I get up and I look, and there was not a dry eye in the house. Like everybody was bawling their eyes out, except for the men, obviously. Like the men that were dragged to the movie by their wives were just kind of standing there, like just shell shocked that they had to watch that movie for 3 hours. But otherwise, everybody was crying on that one.
Wait, why was everybody crying? Did the boat not get there safely?
Spoiler alert.
Why would you
Cecil.
spoil it for people?
God damn it, Cecil. This is why I don't invite you to anything.
In my locals chat, they say for legal mindset, it would be in Full Metal Jacket when the black guy takes the Asian woman from the white guy to fuck.
Wow.
No, I believe Animal Mother takes the girl first, and he says he takes him from the black guy and says back of the bus and takes the girl from the black guy, if you remember.
Yeah, I think it was more racist than that, but yeah, it's good. I mean, look,
I left out a word too.
I thought they were going to get me on golf ball through a garden hose, but listen, it's...
Otto says Brian's song for $5. I've never even watched that movie. Has anyone
Never
seen
even
that?
heard of that movie.
No.
I not seen it.
That's an old. What the fuck? Is that the runner? I can't remember. I think that's about a track runner who died or something.
I don't know, but you know,
Football player.
I'm so happy that I'm a woman so that I can cry at movies and like not feel bad about it. I just fucking Kevin Smith, man. He needs to grow a pair though, seriously.
I saw him fucking so much as roll a tear. And there he was, like fucking just letting go in the movie theater. And it's like, it's not like he was a boxer. I didn't know what the fuck he was identifying with, man. But like something in there reached into him, and it was tacit approval at a young age. It's like, this is a grown ass man. My father was a manly man, and here he is like crying at some made up fake pretend bullshit.
Yeah.
That left a seed in me early on, man, where I leaned more toward the make pretend and the fucking arts. And if something can make you fucking feel,
I want that.
give me it. And
The
fucking
Tom
space,
Segura?
that people pay you for that shit.
I want.
Do you know this guy, Chrissy?
Never met him, but
No.
he's
always around Joe
successful.
Rogan.
Yeah, he's an LA guy.
I mean, but there. Okay, so Tom Segura said, "I want something that'll make me feel." Well, yeah. I mean, that's the point.
That's
of
what porn is for.
No, that's what something to make you feel
Let's
yourself.
get Brittany Venti on here. To
Oh
talk.
no!
Oh, no,
We
no,
did that
no.
conversation.
But no, it's like, yeah, of course you want something that makes you feel. You want the dramatic impact of the scene. That's the point of watching movies and engaging in art in general. Yeah, that's what you want. But that doesn't mean you sit there and like sob through it. Like, I don't know.
Oh, take the picture of yourself sobbing and show the world for sympathy. That is the
That
fucking
is a
issue.
girl move.
That's the only issue. I don't care if you got choked up. Why you feel like you have to fucking let the world know that you're sad right now. I'm 50 something years old and I'm sad, and look, tears too, and feel bad for me, world. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, he
And
wanted
now
to
you're-
make a viral moment.
That's it. That's it. And I think that I think that's exactly what it is. And he's still starving for attention. And that's what he wants. That's what
How
he
did
wants.
Anna get on his radar? I just came in when he was mentioning her.
They called him a fag.
Oh my god! It makes me so happy that
So
he
he
saw
stated
that
facts.
and it got to
Yeah.
him. Someone in there called me a fag. Remember from Can't Hardly Wait? It's my
Yeah,
favorite
one of
part
my
of the movie.
favorite. Oh,
I say
gosh.
that all the time. Someone in there called me a fag.
Oh my gosh. We have a lot of super chats. Thank you guys so very much for being here tonight and hanging out with us. And please smash the like and share the stream. And while there is over 2,100 of you watching over here right now, that's amazing. I'm going to show my calendar because I'm doing a cosplay calendar.
Yes,
and if you guys want some good cosplay, some authentic characters, please consider backing my campaign because it's live right now. And I want to cosplay for you. I want to be easy on the eyes for you. So help me
And
make that happen.
it comes with a free box of tissues, right, Nina?
You know,
Yeah.
I should probably include that. But yeah, here's the campaign here. It's in the description as well as the linked or as well as the pinned tweet in the comments. So you get the first tier. Here's the blue tier. You get the calendar. On the second tier, you get the yellow tier. You get the calendar and the poster. And on the third tier, which is the red tier, you get the calendar, the poster, and an art book, which will include more pictures, the calendar pictures, and then more additional pictures, and probably some artsy ones. So as you can see, I did the fake cosplay for Halloween. And then I did this one for last year. That was Lara Croft. And this is the list right now. This is the artsy stuff that will probably be in the calendar art book. And
I want
this
more
is the list
artistic
right now.
photos, if you know what I mean. A little more artsy.
There might be a little bit even more artsy stuff, Cecil, that you will be interested in.
Cecil's planning on doing his own coloring, if you know what I mean.
I do, and I'm there for it. That's fantastic.
Cecil owns a laminating machine.
Yeah.
But this is the list so far, and of course, this is not the final list because it's subject to change based on the availability on the items. But that's what I'm planning right now, and everything is going to be looking as close to possible as the characters are meant to look, like Faye Valentine or Triss. Triss is not going to be the ugly Netflix version. It will be the character from The Witcher series, or meaning the video game, the hot redheaded chick.
Hot version.
Yeah, like redheads, like this chick right here. She's hot. She's hot. It's happening. So yeah, consider backing it. Thank you. It's for the fans, by the fans, and I appreciate you all. Now I'm gonna get through some of these super chats, and I know Nick, you gotta go soon. So if you want, I'm gonna start getting into the super chats. But do you wanna stay for another 15, or do you want to plug your wares and you can?
Well, I mean, I can plug my wares and then stay until 11.
Okay, do that.
Happy to do
that.
so.
Go ahead.
Check me out, of course, at ricadalaw.locals.com. That's where you can. We talked about it earlier, but that's where my favorite chat and place on the internet is right now. So come hang out with us there. You can follow me on Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. They're all Ricada Law, all of them. Go to whichever one makes you happy, and then go to whichever one makes you mad. There we go.
All of them.
There you go. So I'm gonna get through some of these, and again, thank you everybody for being here tonight. You guys are amazing. Let me get to some of the bigger super chats, like Nick does it. We got the Theo. Thank you so much for the $20. To paraphrase Ron Swanson, a man may cry when hit by a bus or mourning little Sebastian. That's very true. Wait, where'd he go? Okay,
Little
bye.
Sebastian.
Bye, Yellow Flash. Lil Sebastian is a little horse that a town loved, and it died. And then that was okay to cry at because it was his funeral. This is probably one of my favorite clips from Parks and Rec, which is a great show.
I guess I'm here to send out the bat signal.
A bat signal, for listeners who might not know, refers to the children's character, the Bat Man, a strong gentleman who fights crime nocturnally.
That's correct. Well put.
And also check out Yellow Flash's channel every Saturday night. It's the place to be. Yellow Flash Flashcast, which features Nick Ricada, that Umbrella Guy, that Star Wars girl, and many, many more, including some gay people like Cecil and Camelot. There's a lot of representation. Andrew pops on sometimes.
I keep it heteroflexible, right? That's like
Right.
a little bit of a middle ground. Yeah.
Well, I think Andrew.
I'm
just, like-
non-binary. That seems to
Okay.
be getting people out of trouble these days.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go with that. So it's
You
a
don't
really
strike
fun
me as
show.
a shooter, Cecil.
Oh my
I'm a-
god.
I'm a straight shooter.
I'm a
I
straight
mean-
shooter. Hey,
Hey,
Steve. Hey.
I mean, bi shooter.
That's great. There's a joke there.
Okay. All right. Thank you again, Theo, for that super chat. And then Bradley, thank you so much for the $20. Says Disney MCU is so woke and so focused on being diverse that they didn't realize how full of stereotypes woke Anda forever was. And I was always all MCU namor and sub Mexicaner. I'm gonna trademark that. Wow.
Oh, Aquaman. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody pointed out like that I don't want to say it. His back is not dry.
Wow.
That's
yes.
the freshwater Aquaman.
It's a damp back.
Damp back. Things were said. But speaking of Mexico, though, something did go down here that I wanted to talk about real quick. And I want to get the panel's reactions to this. Nick, you could still go at 11. You're fine.
Yep, no problem.
There was something that happened right around the corner from me. Well, not really, a couple hours away. But this was bad, you guys. Tourists sparked outrage by climbing the Mayan pyramid. ID'd. Oh, she's got ID'd now. They changed the headline because before they were like unidentified chick.
Oh, I thought they spelled died wrong.
What was it? A white girl? Was it a white girl?
Yes. Yes.
At least it wasn't IED'd.
Wow. Oh my god, I'm so shocked.
Did you tell them it was for the gram?
Oh my God. This was bad, you guys, because you're not allowed to climb this pyramid. And every single thing that could have possibly gone wrong went wrong because it was like every single stereotype. So the stereotype of the woke white woman that thinks that they just, own everything and they can do whatever the fuck they want. That happened. And then the stereotype of crazy Mexicans that are uneducated and are going to, beat you up for doing stupid shit. That happened. So it was just all around bad. A lot of Mexican people here are very upset about how things went down here. And this was like the talk of town today. So this is what happened.
Did they have footage of her climbing?
So people are screaming at her to
Oh
get
my
down.
God, she really went up there.
Oh yeah, and she was dancing up there.
Wait, and she didn't know you're not supposed to, or she just was like, fuck
Yes.
it.
See, look, there's like if you
Someone's
see
going to
this,
get her? Is that
there's
her?
like a thing here that says like you're not allowed to go, you're not allowed to go. You're not allowed. There's signs everywhere that says you're not allowed to climb this pyramid. It's like
You might as well just slide
What's
down.
the government keeping up there?
Yeah, but also
Exactly.
up until a few years ago, you were allowed to. Very recently.
Yes, it was. It has been several years, but it's been a while now, Cecil. Like it's been like 6 or 7 years, maybe even longer. That
What's
you
going to
can't.
happen to it if you walk on it? It's rocks.
I don't know. But it's still a rule. It's a rule that everybody follows. There are pyramids that
everybody
you can
except
climb.
her.
Yeah, do they know who her dad is?
No, and see, that's a really great
He's
point.
got a car
Christy.
dealership.
Mm-hmm.
A cartel dealership. Look, you don't know who to you shouldn't mess with people around here. That's all I'm saying, because you don't know who belongs in what and what's going on.
Whoever owns that temple's long dead.
Maybe a cartel now, Cecil, if you really think about it. I wouldn't fuck around with anything in Mexico.
Hey, you guys, actually, this is the temple of Kukulkan. So it's Namor's freaking temple. Okay.
There was a point where those stairways were running a river of blood all day long.
Really?
Cool. No.
God, they should bring that back.
They're not.
They could just put Kevin Smith at the top, and he could just menstruate down the stairs all day.
And slide down. Yeah.
But I'm telling you guys, there is a pyramid in Mexico that you can climb. It's called Ekbalam. There's a couple other ones too. This is just one of the ones that you cannot climb at because there's way too many tourists that want to do this, and that's.
But this is in Mexico, so I bet the roof on that thing is fantastic.
I bet the TikTok video she was making was fucking baller.
Oh, just this is gonna get worse.
The problem is that if they needed to execute her for this crime, they'd have to drag her back to the top. And
and then throw her up into the
Booing her. She's like, no, they're saying boo earns.
Quick, kill her, or else we'll be in the clip.
Oh, damn. Are they yelling jail?
They're like swearing at her, throwing water at her.
No, not water. That's terrible.
Telling her to go fuck herself.
I'm sure they told her. I'm sure on the way up they were yelling at her and telling her to stop. So I'm sure she didn't get to the top and they just started. I'm sure that they started filming after they repeatedly told her stop this shit.
Whoa.
I'm sure that they didn't start that way.
They were telling her to stop. And let's see. Oh my God, she was Mexican.
Ha.
That
wait, so she wasn't even American?
Whoa, was she a resident of Mexico?
It says in Mexico, Chichen Itza this week, she's been identified as a 20-year-old Mexican national.
Oh, okay.
Officials said that Abigail Villalobos
has
attempted to pass herself off as a Spaniard after she was arrested for the viral stunt. But it has been since determined that she is actually from Mexico.
Wait, so she tried to come off more Spanish than she really is.
Well, because she
Yes.
could say she was a tourist and didn't know. She was pretending to be from Spain.
Exactly.
Oh, like double
Exactly.
Spanish.
Oh, this is almost like when that really bad tragedy happened a couple days ago, where a couple of the LGBTQ people were tragically shot, and then
by an
it turns out-
alt-right person. Oh wait, no, sorry. They corrected that story within an hour and put out that the person was non-binary.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's like
He was
this
just
is the
mad that
kind-
they were exclusive to one.
This is an old trick. Whenever I get retarded for get arrested for masturbating on the subway, I always pretend to be retarded.
Okay.
So I get where she's coming from. You in Mexico pretend to be from Spain. In New York, just pretend to be retarded.
You just wear that out, Cecil.
Why don't you just gotta wear what you're wearing right now, man. Everybody will be like, just
this is what I wear.
Just carry a chocolate milk with you at all times.
Oh my
She's got the
god.
bars with me. I do wear it.
So she was detained for about 30 minutes at the police station and fined an equivalent of $260 and then released.
It's really
Only
not that big of a
$260?
deal.
Like that's not
That's
that big
worth
of a deal.
it. I would pay that to be able to run up that thing.
I mean, I would too.
They should just charge $260.
Yes.
Give you a 30-minute line.
Does that guy got a golf club? Holy
wow.
shit. He's about to take a 9-iron to her.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
She's getting swatted by that chick behind her sandal. You know that's happening.
Oh wow.
Chanclas on the fucking case.
I'm almost kind of really glad that she turned out to be Mexican, because now the Mexican people aren't beating up some American tourists. They're just beating up some Mexican. And it kind of like, it's a little bit better. It's a better look.
There might be a social class issue there, but that's separate.
This New York Post got got updated right as the cartel was busy sawing off the head of another American tourist. He's like, "Oh, what if she was from Mexico? Fuck.
Lo siento.
Madonna beheaded in Mexico by accident.
Well, I guess
think
we
it's
owe you
literally-
one.
I think it's literally like $20.
Wait, she's only 29. That's a rough 29.
Those were a lot of stairs.
That girl does not get a lot of stares.
Oh my God.
Good one.
This is crazy. There she is dancing away.
I like
I wish she was wearing a MAGA shirt so bad.
I know, right?
Trump
That would have been
2024.
so
That'd
funny.
be so fucking epic.
That would have been great. What a gong show.
Build
Then
the
she'd
wall.
have to wear her blue pants though, because you can't wear a red MAGA shirt with those red pants. I mean, unless you're black,
Right.
then you can do that. But
True.
I have to cough.
Cough. Cough. Cough. Cough.
yeah, me too.
She's lying. She's farting. I know it.
Cough. Cough. Cough.
It's those beans, man.
That's some cough.
I heard that Canadian
I
to
choked
Mexican
on the
immigrants
water.
actually have to fart through their mouth. So
I choked on the water. It went down the wrong hole.
Now, does the Namor wear that whole feather thing underwater?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. That's where
It
he lives.
doesn't seem practical.
It wasn't. Okay.
No, that's why birds don't fly in the rain, because wet feathers are not ideal.
Oh my God. Andrew, I know you got to take off too.
Sure.
Why don't you plug your wares before you go?
Yeah, Legal Mindset, legalmindset.locals.com is the best place to find me. That's the premium grift. Other than that, I'm around. And Nina, it was really good talking weeb shit with you earlier.
Loved
Thank you
it.
for coming
Loved
on.
the show.
Really good stuff. And I'll be back around tomorrow to roast Joe Newman. It'll be fun. We're gonna have some good
Okay.
times.
There you go. Thank you so much for being here tonight, man.
No problem.
See you
Peace.
next time. Later, Nick. Love you.
bye. Thanks for having me again. We'll see you
course.
soon.
See ya.
Oh, your
Peace.
shirt matches your microphone.
I do. It was
Wow.
intentional.
Look
I
at
just
that.
don't want you to see the mic. See you guys later.
He's not wearing pants, by the way.
It's true.
I'm procrastinating. I'm supposed to be making a pie right now, but
Are you?
yeah, I've been really hyping up that I'm gonna make a pie
What kind? Apple,
for Thanksgiving. Apple, and I've also hyped up that I'm gonna make my own crust. So now there's no backing out of it, but I've got like a 3-hour journey ahead of me.
Right? Oh God.
Yeah,
I keep choking on the water.
that damn Mexican water.
What the fuck? It's like
Montezuma's revenge.
That water is gonna make you want to run up some stairs you're not supposed to.
Fucking hell, it's like not helping. I don't know
Are you
why.
are you
Is
immune
there
to the
cum in your water?
No, I wish. I mean, never mind.
What?
Nina, are you immune to the water now, or do you still get sick?
Yeah.
I don't drink the
You
fucking.
drink your own water?
I don't
No, but
drink
they
the
say
fucking.
like Mexicans after a while they actually build a resistance to it. So
I don't drink the tap water though. I drink filtered water.
you don't like E. coli?
No, I don't want to die.
Sorry,
It's
lady.
called L. coli.
Kate to the Swiss. Thank you so much for the $20. Says Kevin should do what he does best, standing between a gas station and a video store selling weed. Wow. That is true. Used to be way more fun as Silent Bob. F2 for $10. We was what?
Kangs.
Kangs. Purple
Kangs.
drag, fried chicken, and missing fathers. Ouch.
Oh, I disavow.
Oh.
George.
They don't always
for
drink
20
purple
bucks.
drinks.
Thank you.
Disavow.
All hail to the Lady of Infinite Hope. Hail to Nina and the analyzing panel. Thank you, George, for bringing this up because everybody, just so you know,
George,
tomorrow will be a special Thanksgiving edition of Infinite Hope at 2:45. So there you go. Thank you.
Infinite thanks.
Yeah. Infinite.
I'm doing a
goodness.
show called Infinite Sadness at 2:45.
Yeah, I'm doing
I
a show called
hate you.
Infinite Hose right at 3:00.
Why?
I'm
Why?
watching.
God, why you gotta be like that? Shadow Chaser for $1.99. Short and sweet. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. I think I got this one. I remember when Andy Dick was a guest on the Loveline radio show and was celebrating his sobriety. That was 20 years ago. This is
Wow,
sad to me.
congrats to that. Well, he made it 20 years, huh? Good for him.
Nice.
20 more to you, my friend.
Oh my God.
You can always start anew.
Oh my God, you guys, I have to be right back. I
told you she had a fart. She's
She
gonna
has
take a shit.
diarrhea today. She had that diarrhea look in her eye. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Cecil?
Very small, having it at my house with just a handful of people. I'm cooking.
Do you like to cook?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I'm making a small turkey because everybody's not super into that, but I'm gonna make a pile of. I'll make a lasagna, chicken parm.
Because you're Italian. See, I decided that the turkey is like the dad of the Thanksgiving family. Like it needs to be there. Like it's not the best part, but like it has to be there.
It has to be there, yeah.
Sorry.
If it's not, it's like, come on, something's missing. Something went wrong.
Right. It's got to be there.
My allergies were going off, and I'm like, wait, who was that guy that had tissues at his desk? I'm like that guy. I didn't have fucking tissues at my desk, so I had to go grab some.
Oh,
God damn it. See,
I always have tissues at my desk. Lotion.
I know. Thank you so much for the $5. The Kino Pounder for $5 says the Kino Casino, PPP, and Warski did an interview with Andy Dick earlier this year. He's now doing a bunch of RV streams with IP2 drugs bound. Oh, I know. I did a video about it. Thank you. Young Pei Chang, hello, says for $5. Hi, Nina. Hi, Nick. I ordered Greenberg smoked turkey from Tyler this year, Texas this year, but they're delayed by UPS until Friday. Oh no, glad I got prime rib for backup. Thank God you got the backup. That is smart.
Did you guys ever do a turducken?
No.
What's
That's
that?
for rich people.
What's that?
Well, I'm very bougie.
Putting multiple animals inside each other.
It's a duck stuffed in a chicken, stuffed in a turkey.
Whoa.
Stuffed
That's
in
a
your
thing?
girlfriend.
That's not a thing. Oh God.
No, it is. It's called a turducken.
Really?
Yeah, and the duck is
Turduck gin.
That sounds kind of gross.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty good because the duck is like really fatty, so it what is it? Not moisturize. It's what the fuck is the word I'm trying to think
Absorbs juices.
Right, yeah. It basically bastes from the inside. And,
It's based. Oh,
It's
It
good.
is based.
I'm doing an Oriental Thanksgiving tomorrow with my Mexican friends because we usually do the traditional turkey thing too. But this year we're gonna do this Oriental Thanksgiving. And I was told that I can't say the word Oriental anymore, and now I just want to say it
No,
more.
Well, it depends. A lot of old men are coming over. It's probably fine.
Yeah. You could say coloreds and Orientals.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Fine.
no, I'm serious. Can you not say Oriental
No,
anymore?
Oriental.
No, I think people should say it more.
First of all, it's once again, it's some white people got upset by it. They changed it to Asian, but now Asian covers Pakistani, Indian, Middle Eastern, Chinese.
Yeah,
Like,
you can do math, basically.
no, we didn't mean like when you said, oh, and describe the guy, you say Asian, and then people are like, yeah, that's a huge amount of people now. Oriental used to be like, okay, this is, from the Orient. Like
the Orient, yeah.
I don't know who is upset by that, but describing food as Oriental is fine. Objects as Oriental is fine, but people is the taboo, I guess. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You can
didn't
say it
know
about
that.
rugs, not people.
That's
but
great.
I still say it about people.
I don't know who got mad
I
at
call
that.
X-Ray Girl Oriental all the time. I don't understand.
She's
why.
a beautiful young Oriental.
Yeah, she is. The Dragon Treasure for $5 says, thanks for the fun stream, Nina. Fun seeing so many people's anime origin stories. Yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun on Andrew's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Legal Mindset. Young Pei Chang for another $5. Thank you. Nina, have you and Anna ever cosplayed together as Nina and Anna Williams from Tekken? No, we've never cosplayed together. That would be really fun, though. That would be a really fun thing to do. I mean, if I ever somehow make my way to the US or somehow she comes to Mexico, maybe we'll do something.
I am, since you are trapped over there, I'm gonna, we all meet up every once in a while. I'm gonna try to get a crew of us to go to
You
Cancun.
should.
To Cancun.
Yes.
What do you guys think about that? Like a little
Let's do it.
trip down to Nina and Cancun.
As long as they're not gay about the jabs.
They're not
No,
gay. They were
not.
the least gay people at like the whole time. I mean, we
Yeah.
never need jabs to get in or get out.
No problem with that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe we should do a little trip. All right.
Should.
Yeah.
I was telling Chrissy she should do the next content house here. Content house.
Oh, content casa.
Cancun.
You could do it.
Yeah, content casa.
You could like survey the scene there. Well, I think we should do something simple. Get a group of us, stay at a resort, make it easy.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun. The goggle is done nothing. What? For $5. Thank you. Says, all hail Lazarus. Don't forget to sub to Nick's super secret OnlyFans. Peace. Oh God, you guys. His OnlyFans is not secret, you guys. Come on. now.
People are saying I'm
Oh.
hitting on Nina. Nina's a married woman. I'm not fucking.
Is she married? Or just like
Yes.
taken?
No,
married?
I'm married. Very much
Yeah.
married for a
Nina's
very long
married.
time. Young Paige.
Oh, I thought you
Hank,
said
$2.
Anna. Whoops.
No, Nina.
No, Anna's not even here, Chrissy. Keep up, my God.
Are you on drugs, Chrissy?
I'm just tired. I have to go make a pie.
Oh, if you need to go make a pie, go ahead.
I need
Cecil's
pie
here.
time. I hate to go, but I really hyped
Go.
up this pie.
Go.
This pie's gonna fucking suck. I know it. I already know it.
Oh no, don't do that. Be like, this pie is going to be
All
great.
right, I have to put my love in it. I have to
Manifest the love and
squirt
the
love
amount of
juice.
hate that
Are
you
you
have
hosting,
for
Chrissy?
having to make it.
Yeah. Well, no.
Fucking stupid.
That was such a bimbo answer. Like, yeah.
She just realized.
Okay.
No.
She
One
just
day we
realized
are.
that Nina is not Anna, and now she doesn't know whether she's hosting tomorrow. What the fuck kind of
I
head injury
love
is
you. You're such a bimbo. Go.
I'm having a moment.
I love you. Happy
Had a couple-
Thanksgiving.
I had a couple Trulies today. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy
Plug your
Love
wares
you.
before you go.
Love
me
you, chat. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go to the gym and finish my pie. Well, Friday Night Tights is on Friday, and then we're gonna have a Simp Cast on Sunday at 9:00, and Wet Spot on Monday at Compound Media 7:00. Obviously, Cecil, come by if you're around. And what else? Yeah, Chrissy Mayer podcast. I'll be, if you're in Jersey, I'll be at the at Casey Ray's in Vineland on December 3rd, and then we got DabbleCon coming up in beginning of February 3rd and 4th in Rochester, New York, and then I'll be in San Diego February 24th and 25th. For tickets, go to ChristyMayer.com. Thank you, Lord Nemesis. Lord Nemesis.
He changed his icon to
To the
that
white iconic. That's funny.
icon for everything. That's
That's
great.
fucking funny.
Happy Thanksgiving, Chrissy.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Do a
Happy
turkey
Thanksgiving.
noise. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Looks like I'm sucking a dick though, so I don't do it that often.
That was so special.
I'm gonna
Thank
practice it more while I make my pie. All right.
She's on
Love you
drugs.
guys. Bye.
She's high. She's high as fuck. So glad you're here, Cecil. You're gonna hang out with me while I do the super chat.
Sure.
Young Pei Chang for $2 says Nasty Nick would have won so many Avian awards. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. Pokey for $10 says, "Hi, I'll be listening tonight while playing God of War Ragnarok. Ooh, I've heard that's a great game." From Mahler, who really seems to like it. 200 Watt Studios for 2. Hey, buddy. Says, "Nick, seen our Turtle films? Happy Thanksgiving." Ooh, I'll have to ask him next time I see him. Happy Thanksgiving to you, 200 Watt Studios. Is this lawful law for $5? Says Tipper Gore was trying to censor music. PMRC.
That's true. It was not the Republicans leading the charge against rock and roll in the 80s. It was Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys talk about that before, and he was saying the right wingers, but no, Tipper Gore was the leader of that.
Wow, I didn't know that. But I really did think it was the right wingers. I guess
No, they were part of it, but the left, the Democrats were just as much.
They're always the same shit. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking.
No, she was literally Al Gore's wife was the leader of that movement. So. It gets thrown at the Republicans' feet because it's inconvenient, the truth. So they just change it. Yeah, someone said D. Snyder did wreck them, but D. Snyder turned out to be the cuck of all cucks, who's screaming at people to get the shot because the government told you to. Mister, we're not going to take it. Fuck you.
Oof.
I hate it. And what's his name from Kiss? Gene Simmons. All these fucking rock and roll
sellouts.
All these metal and punk guys that just turned out to be just do what you're told. Get in line. Government knows best. What the fuck happened to these people? Pathetic.
I don't know, man. I wonder that almost every fucking night. There's
Am I the last rock and roller left?
There were so many based people, and now they're all fucking bitches. Like just one bitch after another. It's so bad. Bird Up for $5 says, "Nick's right. I remember the moral majority trying to convince people that Led Zeppelin and Judas Priest were subliminally trying to corrupt fans." Yeah, I remember that.
Playing Zeppelin 4 backwards.
The backwards thing. I remember that.
Hail Satan.
God. Alumni John 1 for two says Captain Planet would have a message at the end. It's true. Would. Phantom Harlock for $5 says, "Check out Dicks in the Dark for non-woke D&D live plays on YouTube and Twitch. Non-woke and old school." Wow. Okay. It kind of sounds like Cecil, Dicks in the Dark.
Yep. I never saw it in the light.
201 Studios for 2 says Bronca wants the link. Yeah, no. Gunstraw 1 for $9.99 says, as a 50-year-old metalhead who lives through the satanic period, I agree. Right-wing censorship is very annoying, and the current left-wing insanity is no different than the right-wing stuff back then. Yeah, it's just all very frustrating.
The thing is that back then, see, right now in hindsight, we blame it all on the right, but back then they were in lockstep. The left and Democrats and Republicans were
united
on that. Yeah, but now, as in the future, they go, "Oh, the Republicans were doing that." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we have the tapes of you on the fucking at Congress. It was you. But the narrative is set. It's got to be one way. So yeah, it's just a fucking lie.
It's crazy. Dick Moranis, which I think is Russell Hall, for $2. Thank you, Russell.
No, it's Dick Moranis. Can't you read?
No, it's Dick Russell Hall Moranis. For $2 says, "Happy Ass Wednesday, everyone. A buns out." You too, bud. You too.
13 minutes ago for me.
Oh God. Cecil for $2 at the gym. I'll hop on in a little bit. Well, you're here now.
Yes.
It's time travel.
I did that.
buy that for $10. Or sorry, for $5. Said stop to get gas. Saw the redirect from Legal Mindset over here. Gotta get back on the road. Have a great night. You too. You too. And drive safe. Happy Thanksgiving. Steven that way for $9.99. Lauren Chen, Cernovich, and Venti all want to ban alcohol in the US. See, this is a terrible mistake. A terrible line of thought. They use the buzzwords taxation instead, freedom, then want to use government to legislate their morals, hypocrites, all of them. I think some of them are just very just misdirected.
If you get to implement yours, then you're allowing other people to implement theirs better.
Exactly. Seesaw. I don't think you've ever said anything smarter than you just said right now.
That was it. I peaked.
You just
going out on a high note.
It just leaves right now.
Bye, everybody.
That was it. Christopher for 2. Thank you so much. This says Ho outfit slogan bimbo power, but says prawns evil. Okay. William Cat for $5 says, welcome back, Ricada. Hello, Tug, Yellow Flash, and Nina. It's great. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Dan Halen for 5 says, there should absolutely be a compromise on the porn issue. It should be a lot harder to access, and porn ads must be banned on all.
I agree with that.
The other porn sites. I can.
It's too easy to access. I mean, I remember being, 14, 15 and just look, and this is, fucking before high speed internet and shit, that like anything to jerk off to. It was just like a fucking 24-hour a day fucking mission to find some sort of. Now it's like the level of like the hardcore stuff. Like we would just get like Victoria's Secret catalogs, was just like the day of the greatest day of, 4 times a year that shit would show up and you'd be like occupied. Your mom would be like, all right, he's going to be gone for a fucking couple weeks. And it was just chicks in lingerie, stockings and garters. And now it's like, you're fucking 12, 13, you're watching like 50-man gangbangs and shit. That's just, it's too fucking extreme. It's just, it's too much. And it does need some sort of, I would say, parental regulation or something, because it's, you're asking so much from a kid to not.
Yeah, but we're talking an all like an actual ban. Like you can't, there's no way that you could ban porn. I don't think.
No. I'm just saying it shouldn't be so accessible that any.
I
kid
agree with that.
In a few keystrokes on Google, you could be watching ridiculously hardcore porn with just instant access. And this is for kids, like young kids.
Those are the things that should be addressed, but it doesn't mean that you should ban porn altogether. Like it's like, that's a very extreme point of view. But yes, there's a lot of stuff that you could do to mitigate. And you can also, again, talk about why it is like having the conversation of why people have the need to watch porn. Like those kind of conversations. I think those things are important.
Like Nick was, what you and Nick were talking about before, it is something that most people, I don't know if all people, but most people who get like addicted to it, they're not excited. It needs to get more and more insane.
Well, just like every drug, right? But that's what happens when you start getting hooked on drugs. You're like, I need that more. I need that high, because you won't get the same high from the same thing, and you got to go higher and higher and higher. And it's just like any addiction.
It's not good to have your dopamine because I mean, your body gets a hit of dopamine when you see nudity, and you see. So now you're just, oh, that's passe. What are they doing? Missionary, doggy. Oh, let's throw another guy in there. Let's throw 3 girls in there. Let's throw that. Let's do whatever. And now it's like you're almost you can't even relate to normal people. Like normal sex with a girl is like that's I think what Britney's problem.
That's where Britney's problem is
because younger guys. I'm older, so
so is mine. I mean, my problem with porn is like that too. That's why I don't watch it anymore, because I do
I'm an older guy, so like stocking and garters does get me off. Like I'm simple to fucking, but there are girls that are 25 years old that can't get their boyfriend to pay attention to them because they're fucking so on another level from the porn they watched that it's like they're just this guys are their sperm counts are low. Like young guys are not interested in sex. Whatever they're having sex with, whatever girl is not going to reach the level of satisfaction of the porn they're watching because the porn they're watching is so out of control and giving their brain so much stimulation that regular sex just isn't doing it. And these girls are noticing it. Like Brittany, probably. I mean,
Rightly so. I mean, it's pretty
and they're
freaking
like, yo,
concerning.
this is fucking wrecking these guys, and it is. But as an older guy, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty simple. I could get fucking turned on by. If I used to get turned on by like underwear ads.
Do you remember that episode of Seinfeld when he like George started like whacking off? He got caught by his mom because he had like a fucking.
What was he watching? What was he reading? Like
it was like a fucking Max. It was a Max.
Vogue. It was the Vogue. Or
no, it was like something really fucking stupid. Like it was like, what was it? It was like, oh my god, I'm forgetting this. If this was trivia night, I would be fucking so annoyed at myself.
It was like a Vogue. It was like Marie Claire or
it was Glamour. Thank you, Glamour. That's what it was. And Elaine was like, Glamour.
Like Glamour magazine.
I love that episode so much. Oh,
Cecil is drinking tonight, by the way.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Get that Thanksgiving slosh going over here. That's right. It was Glamour magazine. Script Doctor called it. So good. So good. Slosher for $10 says Kevin Smith is living PSA against smoking too much weed and eating vegan. It's true, especially the eating vegan part.
I think he needs to get his I was watching some dude. I wish on Instagram you start watching and then you can't go back to whatever you saw. I hate that. Like there's no like history. I was like, I want to see that again, and you're gone.
Yeah, I hate that about Instagram.
And this guy was talking about he was like a vegan for years, and he was being interviewed by, and he wrote books on veganism, and now he only eats meat. And the guy who was like interviewing was like, "Oh, I can't believe you did this," and he's just like, yeah, my testosterone, like everything got better. Like everything I believed in was wrong. And he's like, plants, the only thing plants, he's like, I barely eat any fruits or vegetables at all because most plants, the only thing they have to protect themselves is poisons they can release. And most fruits and vegetables are actually bad for you. And like, he had this whole thing. I was like, oh, I wanted to fucking see it. He made a documentary and I couldn't find it because I couldn't go back to that goddamn fucking post. I hate that about it.
I hate that. Ethan Flash for $5 says, rumor has it that Yellow Flash lent Kevin Smith a tissue box and his collection of Gundam series. Ouch. Real quick, I'm gonna skip to this one here because it was parents should regulate, not the government.
It's too hard. It's too hard. You're talking about the internet coming into your house now is saying to regulate the light coming off a light bulb. You cannot watch it. It's coming in all the time. There's tablets, phones, computers.
So I agree with them though. I think that is the job of people to educate the children and educate that thing. When the government gets involved, I'm a very libertarian person at that point. Like I'm just like, stop getting the government involved in everything. The government shouldn't be fucking regulating this shit. I mean, to some extent, private companies, sure, to some extent, private companies like YouTube, YouTube kids shouldn't get fucking porn ads. Yeah, it's your responsibility to make sure kids aren't getting porn ads. That is basically your responsibility as a place that is providing a visual media. But a government to start stepping in, no.
Here's the problem though. I'm not saying parents shouldn't get involved. I'm just saying you're giving parents an impossible task. And here's the thing. If I was giving out alcohol and kids were getting it, I would get fined for it. But for some reason, porn companies, they're giving out porn and kids are getting their hands on it and no one's getting fined for it. So they're not doing anything. Like, sorry, but you might have to put it behind a paywall. You might have to do some sort of shit. And free porn might... I fucking listen. I hate what I'm saying, but like it is fucking with like the social consciousness of kids. It is, and that's why Brittany and these girls are getting pissed. I remember even Witten, if you remember Witten from my
I
show.
do.
She said she had a boyfriend who literally like he had to watch some sort of porn, otherwise he couldn't have sex at all. And it was like
wow.
it was some kind of like bizarre. I didn't even know what the fuck she was saying, sissy or something like that. And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck she was saying.
Like his libido is like so bad that like he just couldn't.
She's speaking a different language half the fucking time.
I mean, like I agree. Brittany has a lot of great points when it comes to the like porn's detriment. Like it's scientific. Like there's been scientific studies about what it does to the psyche. It's not like it's just like Brittany is just pulling that shit out of her ass. It's like she's read a lot of studies and she's very well educated on that kind of stuff. And that's why I decided not to watch porn anymore, because I was like, you know what, I think I'm good, but I just don't think it should be banned. That's where she and I disagree, and I love her, and that's fine. You can disagree on people you love, with people you love. It's totally fine. Theo for 10 says Kevin Smith needs to watch Clerks and eat a fucking cheeseburger. I agree. Dick Moranis, or aka Russell Hall for 5, says Kevin Smith cries at public displays of fealty to the industry. Everyone in Hollywood must constantly
Yes, it is.
Prostrate themselves to prove their submission. It's true.
That's him throwing up a flag to Marvel. Like, hey man, I'm here fucking humiliating myself for your attention. Like, give me a job, give me something to do. I mean, he was a writer. He wrote Daredevil for Marvel Comics. So he's trying to be like, hey, I'm here. I think that's what all this shit is just him. Yes, he's prostrating himself in front of the fucking.
He's like, please, Kevin Feige, notice me. I'm begging you. I want to be in your movie.
I will humiliate myself for your attention.
Yeah. It's very sadistic and weird. Travis, thank you so much for the $5. Says, we just talked about this on the Forest Mommy page. Why are these people I look up to growing up are the biggest Richards on the planet? I don't know. It's very sad. It's very sad.
And it's, what's really the worst is all the Star Trek Next Generation people are the worst of the worst. Why did they have to be the worst one? At least Shatner's fucking dope,
Shatner's based.
Shatner's fucking the man. He's like, but the whole lot of fucking
dude. You know what though? Fucking Patrick Stewart was woke as shit, like many years ago, like from the very beginning of being in Star Trek. He was that guy, and now. Like, he didn't get along with Gene Roddenberry for a long time. He just, he had his own ideas of how Star Trek needed to be.
So performatively, like, they have to put on a goddamn show to just show how woke they are. Every fucking word out of their mouth. It's like, shut the fuck up.
All of these celebrities need to just shut the fuck up. Like, every single one of them. Are you excited for Picard season 3?
No.
Did you ever see like even season 1 and 2? Like, have you watched it?
I saw the thing where I got up to a part where Picard, there was an explosion and he looks like Mr. Burns being thrown fucking 300 feet into cement.
I didn't watch it.
And then he got up and I was like, every single bone in his body would have been like shattered like glass. I was like, give me a fuck. I was like, I'm out. This is so stupid. And it was like some girl saving him. It was the girl.
Of course. I didn't watch it because I
made it. That's it.
I couldn't do it, man. I didn't want Picard. I love Picard so much. I didn't want him to be ruined for me. And now he still is ruined for me. And I haven't even seen the freaking series. I'm just like, I've only seen like, bits and clips and different reviews. And I'm just like, oh God, what did they do to Star Trek?
It was like, I can't even remember. It was like Data's a girl made from Data. I don't know. It was some girl.
Yeah, she's like I don't know. He's a drone now. Not drone.
A clone.
He's like a clone android or some shit.
Just as weak as he was. Like, if you're gonna get cloned, you can make yourself at your strongest. But they're like, let's clone
No,
him.
let's make him an old man. He's
Yeah,
90.
It's literally
Come on.
It's Monty Burns running around in the Starfleet fucking uniform. Like, stop it.
It's so bad. That's why I'll just rewatch DS9, which is what I'm doing now.
We should call Data Smithers. That would be just perfect.
Oh my
Yes.
god. It would have been. A young Paige Hang for $2 says over under or Kevin Smith transitions before 2025. Ooh, that's a great bet. I don't know. Do you think he's gonna transition?
I mean, his estrogen levels are there. I mean, it's a short trip.
Well, we just saw it like the other day. What was it? Here it is. I actually had it pulled up where Jada's ex, August Alsina, came out. It says seemingly comes out and introduces boyfriend. What does this mean, seemingly? Like he didn't actually come out? Did you see this video? Like, do you know if he came out or not? I haven't seen it.
You think I care what Jada Pinkett's ex-boyfriend is doing? Do you understand the level of how much I don't care? I've never thought, hey, I wonder what Jada Pinkett's ex-boyfriend is up to.
I just think it's funny that everybody's like, I'm gay, by the way, or like something. I don't know. It's just like the other day I read this article that was like, Madonna's bi. And I was like, she's been bi the whole fucking time. It's been like 40 years that she's been bi. Like, why are we just reading about this now?
She's like, if you touch my pussy, I'm down for it. That's her whole fucking thing. She's like, I'm not gonna get picky at this point.
Let's see what this dude has to say. Wait, why is this so? Okay, here we go.
It's funny that it's her ex-boyfriend because he looks like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh my god, he does! Oh my god.
Now, this is a story of how I fucked the dude up the end. No,
no, this is a story about how I found out I like cock. Okay, here we go.
This experience has taught me love in so many different forms and facets. I would like a love that feels limitless. And then, what do you know? Love showed up, but in a new way.
In a new way.
It had a cock.
Oh, God.
Look.
Stop playing the stupid fucking music that you're gonna claim me on. Oh my god.
It showed up and it had balls attached.
Oh, here's the boyfriend. Oh, they're
What do you mean? Wait, why is it seemingly? This is straight up.
That was pretty gay.
This is not seemingly comes out. This is my boyfriend and I'm hugging him.
That's not seemingly at all.
Oh, Anna
that was
just
like
shut up.
literally like, I'm coming out. I'm
Ah.
coming out.
Who could crack that code? I just saw Anna in the chat. She said I don't know.
Where are you? You have the link. You should hang
She
out
made
with
it. She made it to Northern California safely.
us. Oh, there she is. Oh, yay. I'm glad that you're safe. Happy Thanksgiving. There. This is what she
Happy
meant to say. In-laws house.
In-laws.
Yay. Well, I'm glad you're there. We're still gonna be here for a bit because I'm gonna go through all the super chats. So Anna, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. You have to link.
She just showed up at her in-laws' house. It's gonna go like I gotta go live stream with two goofballs.
She might. I mean, it's like
yeah,
pretty late. She might be like, hey, oh wait, no, never mind.
9:30
Western time.
Yeah,
Never
it's
mind, because I thought it was 12:30 for her too.
You're at 12:30?
Yeah, because I'm on Eastern now.
Oh.
We switched. We switch whenever you guys have the fucking daylight savings time. I go from Central to Eastern like every 6 months, and then
All right, well, welcome to East Coast time.
I know. I'm like I'm part of the cool kids again.
Yeah.
But for this guy right here, I got something to say. I really do.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Okay, look. They're about to hug it out. Wait, who is this guy? I don't even know who he is.
He kind of would. I love you. This is this is not seemingly. I'm going to go.
I don't think this is bro love. Like, I don't think this is like, or is it? Like, do you think this is a bromance and they're just making it gay?
No, he said it's his boyfriend, and then he just said, "I love you." And I found love in a new way. And then the guy came over and he said, "I love you." I mean, what do I?
People are gay all of a sudden.
I mean, I don't need to watch the guy blowing him. I got it. I got it.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
That's a pretty smooth transition from Jada to that guy.
Are you saying that because Jada looks like a man?
She look like a man.
She
Yes,
look like a man.
it's a lateral move.
Star one for $4.99 says, I've been trying all my life to not be a man.
Yeah.
That
It's
says
so
it
tough.
all.
You don't understand fighting this testosterone that I have. I've been trying so hard to not be man. Fuck yeah, right. Yeah, you've been fighting it. Fight harder, asshole.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Fighting so hard not to be. I want to go chop wood and fuck bitches, but I fight it and cry instead.
Rolando, thank you so much for the $5. Says, and he's talking to Tom Segura, a great comedian who is so offensive. He does not know the whole story of Kevin Smith. I mean, that's weird too. Like, he should have done some research if he doesn't know.
Also, no, Tom. I watch him and Joe and other stuff. He's, he wants to be in Hollywood. Obviously, who doesn't? Like these. It's the fucking, what's Tom in his 50s? He's been on the road his whole life. Just like Bill Burr, he's got like, now I'm getting fucking Star Wars money. Like, I'll play the game a little bit. I got a kid. I don't want to fucking, it does sell out though. But he's sitting there. Of course he should be like, what the fuck are you doing crying? Like, that's what he's really thinking. A comedian being like,
I think he would be. I mean, honestly, I think if, like, let's say Joe Rogan was there, he would have been like, listen, buddy, like I think your hormones are like imbalanced. Like, what is your diet like?
Yeah,
like,
have some elk meat. Joe would be feeding him elk meat.
Yeah,
but
like, we need to get you on some meat, bro. Like, you need to get some testosterone in you. Like that's the kind of thing like Joe would be talking about.
And the whole thing was with that, even we were saying, like, yeah, everybody here said they've gotten choked up over movies. We don't take selfies of our teardrops and send it to millions of people for fucking virtual hugs because we're fucking so damaged. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if my internet froze or if you froze, but for a second, like, I got this freaking little round thing on your picture. I was like, what the hell's happened? But you're here now. Stop it, Cecil. I hate you. Because I was believing it for a second. I was like, no, is it frozen again? Did I get this one? Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much. And then Mandalore Wise One. Thank you for the $10. Says, for Nick, did you see my locals post? I tagged you about a murder trial where the judge is holding the deaf attorney in contempt because he had a stroke and didn't want the court beforehand. You know what I will do? I'm going to take a screenshot of this super chat and I will send it to Nick so that he knows that you asked this question.
Wow. So the judge is holding the defense attorney in a contempt because the attorney had a stroke and didn't tell the court. Yeah, because probably they started the trial and the dude's probably like taking 10 minutes to get a sentence out because he's like relearning how to talk.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know that. Thank you, Alfred Omega, for $5. Says, whenever I see him, it reminds me to buy more non-perishable foods, precious metals, and 5.56 dark times are coming because of soy like them. Yeah, God, stop the soy. Kyle, you know what? Ban the soy. I take everything back about the banning. We need to ban the soy is what we need to do. That's a joke, you guys got.
Script Doctor has a good point. He's like, I love how Nina takes a screenshot with her phone instead of just using alt print screen.
Yeah, it's just too much work because then I have to go to like Paint and then fucking like put it.
Don't you just have to hit? That's all you have to do is alt print on your keyboard, and it'll take a screenshot.
Yeah, but then you have to go paste it, and then like if I want to take another screenshot, it's gonna like take it over that one. It's a whole fucking process, Cecil. God, why
Don't you have a snipping tool? Just do a snipping tool.
I do. But fuck you guys and like making fun of my phone taking a picture of whatever. Whatever.
The worst thing is she used
banning. I like it.
She used a camera with film, and she's got to get it fucking processed. I'm sending this to Photomat.
Women in tech. Women in gaming. No, okay, never mind. Kyle Mitchell for $5 says Tom Segura broke his arm trying to dunk a basketball. Hilarious clip. Okay, let's look that up.
Oh wow. Well, that means he was able to hit the rim. I would not be able to break my arm dunking a basketball.
Can we look that up? Let's see. What do I even look up? Tom, is that on YouTube? Tom Segura basketball. Oh my God, that looks really painful. I don't know if I want to show that.
I want to see it now.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put it on the Joe Rogan clip so that we can hear Joe Rogan and him talk about it. How about that? Wait, am I gonna get banned for this?
Banned from where?
Am I glorifying violence with this clip?
Where the hell are they going to ban you to? You're already in Mexico. They're going to send you to Guatemala?
Wait, what is this? Hang on. No, this is too.
A basketball hoop.
No, this is not the one. Hold on.
Oh, it says he broke his leg too, people are saying.
Oh,
What?
ouch.
Wait a minute. That's like a motorcycle crash, a broken arm, and like, what the fuck did he do?
This is a 15-minute long clip. I don't know if I want to.
I do remember this. That someone reminded me of this afterwards at my office. That I do remember they were betting whether I could do 9 feet at the office. Some people were like, yes, no. And I jumped in my office in like jeans and a t-shirt and touched the ceiling there. That felt funny.
Oh, something felt funny in your knee.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about tendons and ligaments, especially ligaments. When they snap, they don't hurt.
It didn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt at all.
They just give out.
It just gave out. And I don't know if I would have felt pain if it wasn't for landing on my arm and snapping my humerus in half. And that was so severe.
That was so hard to watch.
It was extraordinary pain. Like,
and then when Bert takes it and pulls it, why did he do that?
Ow.
Like, you're right, buddy. I think everyone was in shock.
But should he have done that? Is that bad to move your arm like that?
It's
what
not.
do you do?
You're not supposed to move it.
He probably thought he had a dislocated
I have
shoulder.
radial nerve damage, and that some people would argue.
Okay, let me see if I can skip the
skip to the.
clip.
There is a part where they show it.
Let me see. Where the fuck is it?
Let me tell you, I nearly snapped my Achilles tendon in Houston. It took 3 fucking months, and it was so goddamn painful. I don't know what he's saying. It wasn't painful. Like I was almost blind. Like I was blind. Like
dude, I mean, I've twisted my ankle and it fucking hurt. Let alone this shit.
With
this
physical
thing looks fucking
injury, I laugh.
Yeah.
Is that the noise he made? Jesus.
What is this? Why do these videos say that he broke his shit? Okay, here
There
we
he
go.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh. Oh. Arm.
No.
Oh my god, that arm. Fucking.
Oh no! Don't ever do that, you guys. Don't ever do that. This was educational. Don't ever do that.
You know what's funny? I was just watching a clip of this like fat white dude playing with a bunch of black dudes on a fucking court. And because I was just like, if you're a big fat guy, don't play basketball. You're gonna tear shit. This dude was killing people. He was so damn good. He was like draining threes and making these fucking no-look passes. Like I was like, what the fuck? This dude was so fresh. I was like, how the fuck is this big fat dude? I gotta find that clip.
You should. Oh my God, that was so painful. Script Doctor, I sent you the link. If you want to come hang out with us, you're more than welcome to. I'm surprised you're still awake. Okay. Okay, hang on. Okay, next super chat. Mark Wilkins for 5 says, any explanation for the lesbian Napoleon over Kevin's right shoulder? I think that was just like the setup of the Tom Segura podcast place. Dick Moranis for $5.
I wanted to ask Chrissy about Kathy Griffin and I think Kathy Griffin and Andy Dick are turning into the same person. Did you notice that?
Dude, okay, you know how Andy Dick is like in the news because he's finally going to jail for 90 days or whatever. So I had made a video called "What Happened to Andy Dick." So now the YouTube is like pushing it out again because like it was my best video. So now because of this happening, it's being pushed out. So I'm getting all these new comments, and somebody was like, why do you keep dead naming Kathy Griffin?" And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then I realized what he meant. And I was like, oh my God. People are so mean. Oh my God. What the okay. Dick Moranis for $5 says Comedy Central used to play cannibal women at the avocado jungle all the time. Not funny, not porn, and boring as an MCU streaming series. Oh, well,
Thank you, Russell. I wasn't gonna go look it up anyway, but
Jay Schwabach told me to look it up, so I'm gonna still look it up just to see if it'll pique my interest or something. I'll see what it likes. J Bomba fan Tasty Mail for $2 says Kevin Smith saved my life. I was addicted to crack. Wow. You should share your story and tag him because he'll probably cry over it. Mr. Joker at 1128 for $4.99 says, I feel like Kevin is trying to be extra pathetic lately. Please don't cancel me because Harvey Weinstein was very involved in all of his early movies. Was he? I didn't know that. But then again, Weinstein was involved in everything.
He was, but the Miramax guys, really that whole crew was the Good Will Hunting and then Clerks. That was the breakout movies. That's why he's such good friends with Matt Damon and
that's right. You're right. Man, where does the time go? This is the crazy shit. Figs 93 for 5 says, Nina, please stop using the I am not gay meme and spread the word. It was funny for a few times, but goddamn, it's time to get more creative. No, it's still funny. I still think it's funny. Do you think it's still funny, Cecil?
I love it.
I still love it. I think it's hilarious.
But but also I'm an imbecile, so you got to all take that into account.
That's true. I don't know. I still love it. I think it's still funny.
All right, here you could. This is the clip I was talking about.
But can you mute it, please?
What we're living in.
Fucking Skyhook.
Wow. This guy's just draining it. Wow, no look pass. That was great.
His passing is fucking on point, man.
He's great.
I'm telling you, this dude's fresh.
Oh my God, you gotta fucking send me this clip, dude. That's great.
fucking draining threes. Like,
Wow, that was from far.
yeah, it's fucking good.
Great. Love it. That was great.
I was like, I was about to say, if you're a fat guy, I don't play basketball after watching, and I was like, but I just saw something that just contradicts that because this guy was fucking.
It's weird because fat people are sometimes really good at sports.
He wasn't always fat.
That's true. Probably. Shadow Golf for 5 says he doesn't save kids, but mother friggers, haha. The backhanded compliment kills me. I think this is about Kevin Smith. Jay. Oh, hang on. Hi, Script Doctor.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Been a long time.
I saw you in the
It
chat.
has
And I
been
was
a
like,
long
what are
time.
you doing?
You lost your goggles again, I see.
Yeah.
How are you, Script Doctor?
I'm recovering. I celebrated my 3-year anniversary with my girlfriend last night, so I spent most of the day just kind of we went into the city and we did a couple of shows and dinner and stuff, and yeah, so I slept in, and then yeah, I'm awake
Spicy
now.
time.
You were recovering. Wow,
He's recovering because you had such a crazy spicy time
Wow,
with
that's
his
kind of-
Oriental girlfriend.
He's
That's right.
No,
I said
no.
Oriental.
It's
South American, but not Oriental.
Wait, I thought she was Oriental.
No, no, South American.
Oh my god. You told me she. Never mind. You're talking about your other one. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Yes, the other one. Yes, I'm like that swallow guy. I have a CCP spy in my neighborhood that I'm dating on the side.
Same difference. Somebody said same difference. No, I didn't. You tell me she was Korean or something?
Do you think he's going to change his story and say, yes, Nina, I did tell you she was Korean? I think you might have made the mistake here.
I think so.
The chances of him forgetting that she wasn't Korean.
I think you're right.
You know what, Nina? Now that I think about it, I did think she was Korean that day when we were talking.
Fuck you. Jay Baba fan, Tasty Mail for 5 says Saving Private Ryan. When the car was pulling up to the mother's house to tell her all but one of her sons fell in battle. That's what got him.
And the saddest part is the one who lived was Matt Damon.
Ugh, that's true. You know, I was talking about this the other night with my husband, and we were talking about what was the better war movie that year, Saving Private Ryan or The Thin Red Line, and I said The Thin Red Line.
No.
Yes.
It was good. No, Saving Private. That opening scene of Normandy, fucking just is some of the best.
See,
the brutality.
Saving Private Ryan had a better like cinematic thing, but The Thin Red Line had a better story. I thought. I don't know. What do you, Script Doctor? What about you? Do you think which one do you think is better?
That's a tough one because I enjoyed both. And I'm not the biggest fan of most war movies just because accuracy is not always preference there. And but man, I did. Oh man, Thin Red Line was really good too. That's a tough one. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't watch war movies as often as I prefer to. Oliver Stone kind of ruined the genre for me. Even though I loved Platoon, it's like, oh yeah.
I know what you mean.
He went crazy. He went crazier afterwards because of his own Vietnam trauma, which I don't begrudge him for. But
no, I hear what you're saying. Get over it, Oliver.
And also, like, get better source of crack in your pipe, man. Like, he's been arrested many times.
He doesn't want to give you an answer. He's got to talk it over with his Chinese girlfriend.
Oriental. I never said Chinese. Everybody's saying Ryan's better and that I'm wrong, but that's fine. I'm okay with being wrong. Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, for $1.99 says Cecil cries when he watches Brokeback Mountain
because he doesn't use enough spit.
Oh God!
I thought
He
it was
doesn't.
first seeing Anne Hathaway's breasts for the first time.
Now you've seen that movie, I'm sure.
I've
Now,
never seen that movie before.
who? What? Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, I've never watched it.
But you've seen us play the clip on the Jack Show, no?
No. Yes, I think so. Where they're hugging each other from behind.
Well, it's their first time, and Heath Ledger is yanking down Jake's pants, and he goes, he wants to, I guess, hydrate the area, and he goes,
Oh my
and
God!
I go, that is not enough spit for a first time. Like that's a dusty trail they've been on. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what if Jake Gyllenhaal has colitis? Because then he doesn't need that much.
listen.
Are you lying? You must be lying.
I'll play the clip. I've never got struck for the clip. I played it 100 times on the Jack Show, but he gives a half-hearted. If a dude's about to stick it in, here's what I want to hear.
God.
So basically, you want what Kevin Smith did in Clerks 2 to be in Brokeback Mountain.
I want. Yeah, I don't want to hear. Like whoa, what was that? Like no, yeah. I'll show it. If you think I'm lying, I think I'm underselling it.
No, it's fine. I believe you. For fuck's sakes, I believe you. It's okay. Oh my God. Malik Gurley for 2. It says losing Wilson and Castaway gets me every time. You know what? That got me. That got me. But I'm a girl, so like as a man, is that acceptable?
That you're a girl, yeah, I accept it.
Yeah, we accept you as a woman.
Like losing Wilson and Castaway. Like, is that acceptable to cry that scene?
I didn't.
I don't remember crying over that.
I mean, I only get choked up at really, really well done father-son stories. And that's just because my dad died when I was I was 23, but I got only like 11 more years with my dad than he did with his. So it's like a generational thing.
Oh, Script Doctor, like anything dad related gets me now too, because my father died very recently. And so now every time I see something that's like father related, like especially father-daughter stuff, I'm like, just
the only the father-son movie that got me choked up was, I don't know if you guys ever saw a Serbian film.
Oh, I was gonna say Star Wars. Like, is that what you mean? Like, I'm your father. Is that when you cried?
No, a Serbian film. Did you ever see that?
Like a Serbian film, or is it actually called
the title
Serbian
is called
film?
The Serbian Film. I don't think I've seen that. No.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty moving father-son scene in there.
A Serbian film. Who's in this? Is it an actually Serbian film?
This is it's a horror movie, and it's
a horror movie. See, so
it's one of the worst father-son scenes ever fucking put on film. That's all I have to say.
Uwe Boll
totally mean.
directed?
What?
Was this directed by Uwe Boll?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't stick around for the credits. I was in trauma after this movie.
God damn it, Cecil.
I mean, I won't even explain it, but whatever you're thinking, it's worse.
Good Lord. Oh my God. Okay, moving on.
So
Maddie
Woman is better than this.
Yeah. Watch that as a double feature.
Well, when you got Adrienne Barbeau and Shannon Tweed in it, yeah, you've got quadruple features, essentially.
Oh.
God damn it, Cecil. What the hell is wrong with you? Maddie Ice for 10 says, the ending of Gladiator, Free My Men. Oh my God, that movie got me too. But you know what else got me? Actually, last night was Nick showing off Russell Crowe's fucking new pictures, and he has got a fucking massive belly. And I was like, he used to be the Gladiator, man. Like, what happened?
60s. Yeah, he's in the 60s. He likes his sandwiches.
He's turning into Marlon Brando, man. That's the way to do it. The fuck's
he already played the father of supposedly Superman.
Oh my God.
Right, yeah, exactly. He really he played Jor-El.
He did. That's true. XSL for $2 says, do you cry at films sympathetic or what?
Or empathetic scenes.
Or empathetic scenes. Both. It depends. I don't know. Depends on the movie. Depends on my mood. Depends on that time of the month for women, because like women will cry at everything at that time of the month. They'll just be like, stop. Anything
And all
drama.
types of crying too. Like
All types.
happy cry, hate cry, food
Sad
hungry
cry. Yeah, everything. Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, for $1.99 says, Chrissy, how's the pie making going? God damn it, Deranged Lunatic. It wasn't going well. JB for $2 says, don't cry challenge. Fox and the Hound. Oh my God. That got me. That got me. What about you guys? Have you ever cried at a cartoon?
Not since I was 14. I think 14 is the last time I actually, because I wasn't watching many cartoons after that.
What was it?
Okay, so I think it wasn't a cartoon. It was E.T. When I was a very young child, I would cry at that. And then what else was there?
What was the cartoon you cried over?
Oh no, I haven't cried over cartoons. I just haven't watched many after I turned the age of 14. Sorry that confused you.
I can remember really the last time I ever cried at a movie. Actually, I didn't cry at the movie, and I made a point of it because I got mad at my mother for suggesting. She put on E.T. for me. I don't know, maybe like 9, and she goes, "It's okay if you cry." And I got so mad at her for saying that to me.
Why?
I think that was I was like, "How dare you?"
At 9, yeah, that's a little old, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking cry over some fucking alien, like whatever. And I remember.
Did you?
No, I didn't, but I wanted to. I remember being. But I think like that was the point where you became like a man. Was like, I'll never fucking cry on a movie. Like I was so mad at my mom for being like, it's okay, sweetie, if you cry. I was like, fuck you.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. But yeah, Fox and the Hound definitely got me out when I was a kid. I was like, oh my God, they can't be friends. Why? Samuel Williams, the founding father, for $4.99 says, I choked up at the end of Gran Torino. Men don't cry. Wow, it's true. It's true. Joetta Bragg for $5 says, last one I remember crying during is A Dog's Life. Wait, if the dog dies at the end, then it would make sense that you cried. What is the dog?
And also, like, I don't go for like people also go for like what do they call it?
Oh my God, that's a Chaplin movie. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a fucking sad movie.
Like, I also don't go to movies about like, oh, my son has cancer or my dog is gonna like. I
don't either.
Tragic films, yeah.
Yeah,
I am just like I'm not going for it. Like there's enough fucking horror in real life. I gotta watch you fucking watch your dog die for 2 hours. Like
or watch was it A Walk to Remember where Mandy, whatever her last name is dying for 2 hours.
All that stuff. I'm just like, so when I say I don't cry at movies, I don't go to tear jerkers because I'm just like, life is gonna give me enough shit to deal with. I don't want to watch your fucking horror story. Like,
it's true. I mean, like, I don't even watch ones that, like, for example, like, actually, especially the ones that are kind of like Adam Sandler came out with a couple, like, where he was like one of them, he was like a fucking cancer patient and he's like dying of cancer and stuff. And I was just like,
Funny People. Yeah.
Yeah, Funny People. I'm like, I don't want to watch a movie about people dying of cancer. Like, that's not funny.
I want to watch Happy Gilmore waste away.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like, you're Billy Madison, man. Let's go. Come on now.
Beat up Bob Barker again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I want. Like, that's all I want from Adam Sandler. I never want his serious movies.
Oh,
Like,
he was good in Uncut Gems, though.
I
really
hated that movie.
I loved it.
Fucking hated that movie. It was like 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. What a fucking terrible movie.
Script Doctor, did you see the Safdie brothers did the first movie they did called Good Time with
Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
So good. So
what is this movie?
It's just called Good Time.
Robert Pattinson's trying to rescue his brother and things go awry.
It's so, and just as somebody who lived in Queens for a huge part of my life, I could not believe he was from fucking England.
Wait, it's called Prince Crime?
No, Good Time.
Oh, Good Time. Oh, I have not seen this movie with Robert Pattinson. Okay. So you're saying
Fucking
that's a good
excellent
movie?
Really, just one of those. It so takes you there. You're just on the edge. It's just everything is going wrong. Everything keeps going wrong, and you're like, oh my god, it's like fucking.
It gets worse. That's the best part. It's not just it goes wrong; it gets so much worse.
It gets, and you're just like, oh, just get them through this day. It's such a fucking.
Am I gonna want to watch this, or is
It's
this one
so
of those
good.
where I'm gonna hate you?
It's so good. You'll love it, and you'll be surprised because it's like a low budget. Like I don't know if it's that
Robert Pattinson puts more work into indie films than he does in studio films.
He's so good, and that's really the only thing I saw him in. That I never watched a single Twilight movie, so I don't really know him other than that movie and the Lighthouse.
Have you seen the one he did with Tom Holland? Oh my god, that movie was fucked up. I really like that movie, but that was a fucked up movie. The Devil All the Time.
I never heard of it.
It's based on the book, and it was really good. It's just really fucked up, and they both put in really great performances. I was like, that was the first time I saw Tom Holland in anything other than like Spider-Man. I was like, oh, he actually can act. Good to know. So if you want to see a fucked up movie, check that out. Brad Best for $2 says Boromir death in Lord of the Rings. Okay, that's definitely acceptable for men to cry at, I think. Or at least get choked up. Like just be like,
Oh, I would say the more touching scene in Lord of the Rings is when the hobbits go to kneel and they tell them, "You don't kneel for anyone."
oh, you bow to no one.
Yeah, I thought that was a more emotionally charged scene. But
What
still,
about you, Script Doctor? Do you agree?
There's a lot of good scenes in there that are emotionally charged. I mean, I like the part when Aragorn gets the sword, like it's reforged for him and he's ready to go. Like you just got the charged moment. I don't get really choked up at Lord of the Rings, mainly because my favorite character was Tom Bombadil, and he wasn't in those movies, so I don't have any emotional. And there's not really anything I can think of in Tom Bombadil in the books that would make me choked up if it was done live action, unless they nailed the execution of the character. That might make me choked up.
Is it weird that I was also kind of really hoping that they would put Tom Bombadil in that movie, but they didn't do it, and I was kind of sad about it.
I was so worried about that when the movie was coming out. I was like, are they doing Tom? If they are, are they going to get him the way I got him, or the way some of my friends got him?
I have to look for. I have to look for another super chat on the back end because I kind of unstarted by accident, and then I realized that I didn't read it out loud. Here it is. It's by Josh from Detroit. Thank you so much for the $2. Said go support Nina's calendar, and that is a great segue into me shilling my calendar. So thank you for that. So right now, you guys, I have a calendar going because Anna, that Star Wars girl, inspired me to make my own. And she gave me her blessing. She was like, go for it, girl. You can do this. I was like, I'm doing it. She was like, go for it. And I did it. And so I'm raising money so that I can become some of your favorite characters. Like Faye Valentine, which I've already become. But there's other ones that I would want to do. Blue tier gets you the calendar. Yellow tier gets you the calendar and a poster of the main, probably the best one of the lot. And red tier gets you the calendar and an art book and the poster and an art book that gives you the 12 page, the 12 calendar pages, and it gives you 18 bonus pages, which will include some funky stuff, some art pictures, stuff there's Lara Croft that I did a few years ago, and artsy stuff like this, cool filters for the book. And this is the list right now. So some of your favorite characters are on here. And I have backup lists just in case I can't get some of the costumes or something, because this is not final. But either way, whatever is going to be on the list, it's going to be amazing.
Wait a minute, you might not be able to get the costumes.
Some depending on the delivery time, because I have to pump this calendar out ASAP.
But
so if I can't,
wouldn't it be cooler if you did the Mexican knockoff of the character?
Mexican Talia al Ghul.
I'm not doing that.
Would spell it wrong and have the costume. Just
I did, I did have Chun-Li spelled wrong, and somebody was like, "You might want to like change the spelling for that," and I was like, "Yikes!" Because I had spelled it Chun like Lee, like Lee, and somebody was like, "Bro," I was like, "Shit."
Would you name her Ching Chong? Figures.
No, I just had Lee spelled as Lee.
Which Supergirl are you gonna do though? One with the white T-shirt or like the Superman-esque type costume?
No, that the Superman-esque type costume with the skirt.
Cool.
And the pretty one, the pretty blonde one. And
Helen Slater one.
Talia al Ghul is gonna be like very sexy. And then the ninja girl's like like she's kind of like the Mortal Kombat girl, but she's like, she's got the mask and everything. And I think her outfit's blue. So it'll be cool. It'll be kind of like Sub-Zero-ish. And then the Red Sonja, of course, and Christmas Elf. I just added the elf part, but it'll be like me in like a little, Christmas outfit with like a really red dress and everything like that. I have some of the pictures for that on my Instagram too from last year, but I'll do a better like photo shoot with like elf ears.
Red velvet with the white fur lining. And...
Yeah. And I mean, I could have done like Regina George cosplay because I have that kind of going on, but I'll just do elf, like an elf instead because she'll be cute. So there you go. Go back it. The link is in the description as well as the pinned comment. And yeah, there you go. It's
Baron Duke
by the fans.
Baron Duke Monarch the Fifth says porn is free. I don't see the point. The point is to support your girl here who's putting out content. You want to pick something up and help her out. And
the point is that a lot of
you don't have to jerk off to everything, you freak.
The point is that a lot of the movie studios let people down when they make stuff like they did with Faye Valentine Netflix edition or Triss from the Netflix adaptation of The Witcher. And I would like to do these characters justice and represent them the way that they should have been represented by looking like them, like getting actual wigs and wearing the fucking outfits and just not being like, oh, like if you don't like my curly hair, you can fuck right off, like that's it. I don't hate you. That's why you want to support this calendar, because I don't hate you like the movie studios do. So there you go. There you go. And then let me get back to some of these super chats. Thank you all so very much. Luke, thank you so much for the $6.99. Since Tom Segura is doing his I'm Coming Everywhere comedy tour, he recently got Bert Kreischer, a comedian, Hitler's teacup for his birthday. He's lying to Kevin. Ooh, that's spicy.
Oh, he's just I have a feeling. I was actually kind of I didn't know if Chrissy knew him or not. I wanted to know if he was actually disgusted with Kevin, but because he's the host, he's just being like, yeah, we gotta cry and all this shit. Like, I don't know. I just saw that guy break his leg and his arm, and he was crying less than fucking Kevin did at a fucking
Kevin is just. I have interacted with Kevin Smith many times before his heart attack and after. And after his heart attack, he is not the same person. He is just, I think, so grateful to still be alive that any sort of thing that he can be happy to see or do, he just lets his emotions flow way more than ever before. And the other part too is, which is weird, to converse some of his own stuff that he does on social media, is that at the end of Clerks 3, he actually has a speech thanking the fans for his career and being very supportive to the fans that made him what he is. And it's like, well, why isn't this attitude taken into account when you're involved with other properties or when you're on social media talking about other things? You're only doing it for your own content, but the stuff that you're involved with, that you're either directing or producing or co-writing, you're like, no, that I'm not going to think about the fans.
Like your Masters of the Universe, where you just like fucking wanted to shit on people.
Well, I still think that he's doing it to be fake, though. Like, I really don't think that most of those are genuine. I don't think he cried at Wakanda Forever. There's no way. If he did, he's incredibly imbalanced. I don't think he would.
Like, there's no way. There's nothing tear jerky about that movie. Like, it's just weird. I think he made it up. But then
Maybe he
again, I
stubbed
don't
his
know.
toe and was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna play it off. I'm crying. I'm gonna take a photo. Say it was a scene in the mid credits.
But also, like I was saying, and I'm not like
Maybe.
I'm not trying to be like fucking, you know, I'm not Lee Marvin here or fucking Clint Eastwood or whatever. But it's like you are fucking the rock for your family. You can't go to pieces over garbage. Like when other people are going to pieces, they're gonna look to you. If you're crying over, you know, Kachala and fucking nonsense, like who's gonna look to you for support? Like you can't do that as a man. You just can't.
You
Like
can
you
get
have
choked up. Yeah, you can get choked up in a Rocky movie, but like Rocky's giving a speech to his son about what it means to live life.
Exactly.
But
choked up is one thing.
T'Challa?
No, but choked up is one thing. Running tears and photographing your running tears, and then telling the world that you had running tears because you want the world to give you virtual hugs for your tears. Like, be a fucking like. You're a dad. You're the fucking rock of your family. Don't fucking be like that. Like,
Yeah,
man,
because if you're too quick to cry at anything, then there's no value to it when it happens. It's kind of like the reverse
Exactly.
Ron Swanson effect, where he for like the nurse in that show, he doesn't actually give any emotion to until like midway through, like towards the end of the series, where he's like, "You're all right," and then she just starts to cry because it's the first compliment she's ever heard from Ron Swanson, and he's like, "Yeah, that's why it means something if I say it, because I don't say it all the time." It's like
Right.
there's value to scarcity, and
Right.
and that's where it's justified in that relationship. But if you cry at anything, or if you're angry at anything, it's showing a complete insecurity in yourself.
Imbalance. Yeah, and it's that's the other thing too, is just I think it's what Cecil says. Like, it's not that people fucking are making fun of you for getting choked up at a movie. It's the fact that you keep posting it online for attention that we're all like just sick of. Like, it doesn't come off as genuine. And then when he posts stuff like, "Oh, I've cried over my friend Kevin Conroy dying, and everyone's gonna judge me for it," and it's like, no, bro, we're not gonna judge you over crying over a friend's death. Like, that is not what this is about. Stop doing shit for attention and being such a fucking disingenuous hack. That's what we're talking about. And then calling out like Anna, being like, "Oh, this chick fucking called me, like, told me to be a man." It's like, yeah, go be
Listen
a man.
to her. Listen.
Yeah, go listen to her. Fucking cut soy out
Let
of
me
your.
tell you something. I would not cry in front of Anna under any circumstances. That girl would fucking castrate me. There's not going to be any mercy at all.
No. GL Ritter for 5 says, "Is anyone going to review the new series Wednesday? I have my doubts. Love you all. Hail the lore." I wasn't planning on watching it. What about you guys?
I forgot about it.
I forgot about it too.
It's going to be woke garbage.
If it was my take on Wednesday, the one that me and Tom Connors kind of playing around with, where she's an adult and she's trying to kill Pugsley's new wife because she's normal, I would watch that.
Funny.
I already like that. I'm already on board.
That sounds funny. But yeah, it's not gonna be that, and I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, so no. Wolfsbane for $2 says, "Man, about to do an Abby from Last of Us 2. Oh my god, that's true." JM for $10 says, "Porn is blamed for declining marriage rates. Some people want that easy answer than to admit and address that the risk/benefit equation to marriage is worse for guys today." Okay, interesting point of view.
What is that in reference to?
Like, which direction is it? Like, women are unsatisfied because the men are too quick or not quick enough, or
I'm not sure.
They just want to push a threshold that the woman is not comfortable with, like, or vice versa. I don't understand. Listen, either marriages end in divorce or they end in death. Like, that's why all 50% of marriages fail. It's either divorce or death. Those are the only two options once you get married.
I love that script doctor.
What do you think's better, murder suicide or divorce?
Murder suicide.
Gotcha.
200
Listen, I just want someone to be around to make sure I get buried, right? Like, that's all.
I could
Don't let an
care
animal eat my body.
I could care less. Once I've left my body, I really don't care. That's
Do it.
why.
I want to be taxidermied and put in the Smithsonian at like a keyboard or something, typing a story.
Although I would like to be cremated because I don't want to be cloned. So I definitely don't want to be like a body.
Somebody in the chat wrote, "Double suicide or it wasn't love."
201 Studios 50 says, "I like ankles. That's all the skin I need to cheese." That's
Wow.
gross.
Oh, is he related to Bill Clinton?
He's from the Victorian age.
God, that is so gross. Otto Rommel, thank you for the $10. Says government could mandate adult content be on an adult domain like Pornhub. Adult parents should block it as an ISP level or that parental settings on a device. VPNs could get around it, but it could help.
That is true.
That's a good option.
That's one option. The other option, the more effective option, is really just education in the cultural aspect
That's
of things.
what I've been saying, Script Doctor.
It's kind of like the difference between Canada and the United States with regards to guns. Listen, I think the Second Amendment is a great thing. I think it's more to defense because if guns ever become obsolete, you're going to need whatever comes next to defend your property and your lifestyle, which I'm all for. But in Canada, we don't hate guns. We're just like, you get more out of punching a person in the face than you do shooting them from 100 meters away. It just
Script Doctor, did you see that NHL fucking thing that they put out?
Yeah,
I was very disappointed.
Me too.
But then
And I'm sure a lot of players are disappointed as well.
But dude, Script Doctor, this is what happened. Like it started when they freaking fired Don Cherry.
Yeah.
And that was the end. That was the end of the based NHL that we know. Because this is the fucking NHL now. They fired on.
Ron McLean's not going to protect the NHL. He was the yes man.
And what are people going to do? Like, to me, I'll be honest, I stopped watching all sports, and I was a junkie for sports. Like
I did too, Cecil.
I
was
was
a
sports
junkie too, man.
And I was like, done. And you know what? It's like anybody sitting around complaining, but then they fucking tune in every Sunday to watch the NFL. Then fuck you. You're a child. Everybody's got to be like, no, fuck you at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll listen. But if you're going to be like, this sucks, and then you fucking tune in just as always. Then
I'm the same way. I was a huge, massive NBA fan. Like I'm not like I haven't watched a game since they shut shit down for COVID. I was like, I'm done with you woke motherfuckers and this whole weird BLM shit and the whole.
I watched the WNBA just to laugh, really.
I mean, I would watch that just to laugh for free, though.
However, women's hockey is badass, man. Like those girls really.
Well, they're tough.
good.
Women's hockey is tough, but I still enjoy men hockey more. I don't know what's happened to hockey though. What the fuck? Like, so disappointed. I was like,
nobody wants to give up their fucking baba or their fucking pinky. Like everybody. Sorry if you fucking hate the shit the NHL just did. Fucking that's it. Be a man.
Stop watching it.
Stop watching it for a season. And if they ever fucking ask why, you'd be like, no, I don't want their fucking pushing trans agenda on me, and I want to fucking escape this shit when I'm watching a goddamn hockey game. If fucking enough 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people give that answer, that shit will go away like that.
Yeah,
but
enough
no,
is
they're
enough.
like, oh, I hate this shit. What are you doing? I'm watching the game.
No, it needs to stop. Thank you, Brandon, the anime guy, for becoming a member. I just hung out with Brandon on Legal Mindsets channel. He's got a lot of really cool insight into anime, and he's got a YouTube channel. So check out his YouTube channel, Brandon, the anime guy. Thank you. And Brandon also said for $2, don't get me started on Star Trek, #anime's life. Yup, I feel you. Theo, thank you for another $10. You've been so generous tonight. I didn't recognize Picard of TNG in the Picard series. It wasn't the same character. It broke my heart. And if it had been
Little Sebastian.
Little Sebastian, I would have cried. I love this. I love this super chat. Bye, bye, little Sebastian.
I love, what was that actor's name? Something Scott. Adam Scott? Is that his name? From
Adam Scott, the character, didn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, why does everybody love Sebastian?
Yeah. You're like, what is
And they would
that?
just be like, they would just be so appalled at the question. Like everybody
Don't
was
get
just
it.
like,
And then he finally admitted to her that he's like, I get it, I love it. And then he would always look at the camera and be like, oh, I love that show so much. Turner What Studios for $2 says, you know what Tom Segura did when he fell? Not cry.
yes.
That's true. That's what
That's
Cecil
right. I
did.
just said that. I was like, yo, this guy motherfucker broke his leg and his arm at the same time, and you cried more over Kachala.
That looks so painful.
That shot attempt nearly cost him an arm and a leg.
I hit my head really bad like the other night. Like it was a couple months ago. I like hit it against the sink. I was going to get cleaning materials like a good woman, under the sink. And I was coming back up, hit my head against like the cabinet thing. And I hit it really, really fucking hard. And I don't think I've cried. Like I'd let out a wailing cry. Like not like that since I was a little girl. And my husband like ran down. I was like, what happened? And I was like, I hit my head. And I was like, fucking just crying my eyes out. And he's like, oh, it's okay.
He patted you?
Yeah. He's like, oh.
When you really get hit hard in the head, you get it's that nauseating feeling that takes over. Like
it was bad. Like it was a really bad hit. I hadn't cried. I've hit my body to places before, but nothing like that. Like I was in a car accident and I didn't cry because I didn't hit my head. That was a painful one. It was a bad one. 2-in-1 Studios. Okay, no, got that one. Thank you. Dick Moranis, aka Russell Hall, says for $5, why would you even assume it was Jake's first time? How do you think he and his sister got all those movie roles back in the day?
The character in the movie is not Jake Gyllenhaal.
No.
Is he talking about Brokeback Mountain? Because I've never seen that movie.
I'm saying it was his first time where he got that dusty before Heath Ledger went in fucking hard and fast.
Oh my God.
I just liked how they flirt, which was like a note that said "you bet." Like that was their flirting. Like, no
Kevin
romance
Berg,
at all in this.
Kevin Berg, Nick was already here. He hung out with us for a few hours and he had to go. So you have to rewind to watch when he was
you're
here.
stuck with us now.
Yeah, sorry. Mostly Gluten for $5 says the beginning of Up might be the closest to getting me to cry. Wow, you know what? That's a good one.
I think Chrissy wrote that in the chat before she came on too.
That was sad. And I didn't expect it to be that sad. Like I was like, I love that movie. That was a great. That was when Pixar was still good.
Yep.
Was that with the little chubby Oriental kid?
Yes.
Yeah, and the old man.
I mean Asian. Sorry.
Well, I love the making of documentary on Up because one of the animators looks exactly like that kid as an adult. He's like, I just don't know where we got the idea for the kid.
Oh my God. Bird Up for $5 says, which part of Cannibal Holocaust made Cecil the most emotional?
Well, Cannibal Holocaust is not really a good movie, but the story about Cannibal Holocaust is actually a great story. I'm sure you know it, Script Doctor, but it was one of the first documentary style horror movies, and it was about this film crew that went down to see cannibals down in I think South America, and they ended up having to people were killed, and they had to kill the natives to get out of there, and the film and the Italian government didn't believe the director when the director said it was scripted. They're like, no, this is a documentary. This is you guys.
It was a real snuff film, especially like the torturing of the turtle scene. That was one of the things that convinced them. But the makeup and horror effects of that were so ahead of its time and convincing that people just had a very difficult time believing it. They actually had to start getting members of the cast that died to come out and talk to people
had-
and let them know that this is
No, they went to court. They brought actors that were killed in the film into court to convince them that this was not a real fucking
real movie. I like
yeah.
that case, yeah.
But it was, and that story is actually more interesting. The movie is not that great, but the
No, the
story.
movie like starts with people in a theater watching the dailies of it, and then it just kind of gets away from themselves.
Yeah.
But it's a great example of really, really good special effects makeups on a low budget.
Yeah, and sometimes the worse it's filmed, the realer it looks. You know, that was the realism of the low budgetness of it is what I think won people over. Like, why would you ever film a real movie this poorly? Is also part of why they believed it.
Bird. Oh, okay, I got that one. Thank you. Interesting conversation, you guys. Bob, thank you so much, Bob Jester, for the $2. Says the lap dance is always better when Kevin cries. Wow. Oh, okay.
What?
I don't know. Dick Moranis, aka Russell Hall, for $2 says Milo and Otis, every single stunt, a puppy dies.
Oh no, you're lying. But let me just say, I do cry during sex, and I went to the doctor to find out why, and he said it was because of the pepper spray.
Oh, ow! Wow, wow.
You haven't built up an immunity to that yet?
I love you. You're the worst. Oh my god. How do you not get paid to go and be a comedian on stage? I don't understand.
You have to do a lot of amateur nights in New York before they invite you on for their weekend stuff.
There are more people.
And then that
watching.
joke tells me way more about Cecil that he's a fan of Missionary than any other position.
All right, Galaxy for $1.99. End of Big Fish when everyone showed up. Wait, which one is that one?
That was with Ian McGregor. That's the Tim Burton movie where he didn't like his father because the father was always telling tall tales about his life.
Oh,
He
that
thought they were
movie.
lies, yeah, that one I could see choking you up there, script doctor.
I could see that. I
That
guess.
father son thing where he realized his dad was just telling him those stories, to impress his son.
Yeah, he wanted to be his kid's hero.
I'm so hold on. That's so sad.
Kenneth Dowing for $5 says, hi, Nina and the crew. Wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. Kenneth, thank you so much. And happy Thanksgiving to you too. Script Doctor's already had his. But
happy to all my American friends and family on their Thanksgiving. And I think the next time Kevin Smith does a crying video, we should all post one that says, we just watched the Dukes of Hazzard, and when Bo Duke got his car, it made us cry.
We should.
Yeah, do you remember when Daisy had that yellow hot rod and then she ended up getting a Jeep because the hot rod got wrecked? That made me cry.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah,
she couldn't drive that with the top down anymore.
Yep.
Okay, you know what though? No joke. When remember you got because did he say that he cried over The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and The Force Awakens.
And The Force Awakens, right? Because I remember when he said that he was crying over The Last Jedi. I was like, you know what? I really almost cried over The Last Jedi too, because that scene where Yoda brings down the lightning to burn that fucking place. I lost it. I was like, is this Star Wars? What is happening? I was freaking out. And then after the movie, I felt like I wanted to cry because I was like, I think Star Wars is dead.
Do you want to know how great that movie is, though, Nina? I've thought about this before. Is we all know each other because of that movie.
I know.
I know Anna and I all these people that I'm friends with, and this whole network and people that are in the chat, and we all know each other because of how bad that movie was. An actual fucking community grew.
Tragedies
Isn't
can
it
bring
so
people together in
wild?
the darkest of times.
Like we wouldn't
It's
have.
true. Script
We
authors
would
write
not. We would not know. We would. None of us would be here. We would not know each other if that movie didn't exist.
Well, I mean, that and also Game of Thrones season 8 finale, because that one is what brought me into this community. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I was so done. And then when I found that, because that's how I found Gary's channel, but then I was just like, wait, everybody. Like everybody here also hates The Last Jedi. Oh my god, I found my people. Like this was great. Oh, good.
Like my brother, who doesn't even know I do YouTube, he's younger than me. He had the probably when I've said what his reaction to The Last Jedi was, people are like, "Wow, that's like he's a total normie," and he just said, "I never left a movie where I thought the people who made it hated me."
I had friends that were the exact opposite. I had friends that were, there's like a part of the of fandoms, just in general, that they love things so much that they get stuck in a form of arrested development
Mm-hmm.
in their personal lives as well, and they end up having wasted the opportunities that they could have taken on nothing and just done the same thing. And all of my friends that I knew that were like that loved The Last Jedi because they're like, oh, look, Luke, the hero I loved and knew everything about for 20 odd years, he's just like me. He's alone. He doesn't have anybody.
He blew it.
He blew it. He wasted his life. I'm like, that's not a good reason to like this movie. It's actually really bad.
Remember that guy who left the series as a hero and had superpowers? Turns out he blew it. Fucking A.
Oh my
Love it.
Just like me. You know?
Wow. That's so sad.
It's pretty sad.
See that? Yeah, it's so crazy though, Cecil. You're right. I think about that all the time. I'm like, I hate Rand Johnson for ruining everything, but at the same time, I have to thank him for all my friends. Like I'm just like, I don't know. Daniel, thank you so much for the $5. As I shed one tear on Cowboy Bebop Final Trigun. Nicholas D. Wolfwood Death and Cyberpunk. I got hit hard, but no cry. Hey man, the Cowboy Bebop one, I feel you. That was really emotional for me too. But I don't know about the rest. You guys, anyone? No? Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop before redo of Healer was the only anime I ever watched completely through. And then I said, "Oh, I watched this Cowboy Bebop. What should I watch?" And then somebody who was into anime was like, "That's the best one." And I was like, "All right, then I'm not going to watch anymore." It's like I was like, "All right, I'm done, I guess."
Wait, but you've never seen Ghost in the Shell? Like you come on now, Cecil. You gotta watch Ghost in the Shell. There's a lot of classics you've missed.
John Mellon sent me Ninja Scroll. I watched that movie.
Did you like that?
I liked it.
Have you seen Fist of the North Star or
nope?
Star Blazers?
Nothing. I watched Cowboy Bebop the entire run, and now I'm in the middle of what is it? A redo of Healer and Chainsaw Man, which I really like. Chainsaw Man.
Well, I just did a whole like for beginners stream with Legal Mindset on his channel right before this live stream. I highly recommend you watch that and then pick some of the animes these people are like all of us are talking about and go with it. Yeah, like Outlaw Star. If you liked Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star is really, really fucking good. You should try that out.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Philip Booty for $5 says, Cecil, Kevin isn't the rock of his family. His wife is. She is a rabid feminist. Once his kid turned him vegan, his transition was in full swing. I would not be surprised if they came up as like open marriage soon or something. I'd be like,
I don't know, maybe, but I would be very surprised because Jennifer Schwalbach was a reporter for Variety, so she was already tainted years before that. He married a journalist, like essentially an entertainment journalist. So yeah, he was already doomed at that point. But yeah, he needs to eat some cheese.
I don't think he has the sex drive.
He needs some protein, man.
Not on a vegan diet. I don't think you can have a sex drive. I think that's why it's been pushed so strongly over the last decade.
And that's why, like, birth rates are dropping, testosterone levels are dropping, sperm counts are dropping because of the rise of veganism and low.
Dude, okay,
I'm fine
no
with it because I
joke.
get more steak. So
No joke. I actually had a really weird experience with vegan baby. Okay. So I went to a mommy and me class with my sister-in-law when her son was born. And we went there for quite a long time. So I saw like basically the babies grow up, you know? And there was this one baby that was a vegan baby. The mother was like not giving it animal milk and like basically like almond and like coconut and no cheeses, like no nothing.
It looked like an 80-year-old man as a baby.
This baby was barely alive. Like couldn't move. I was like, this person's abusing the baby. And like there was like all the babies, like including my nephew, were like running around, like they started walking because you could see them from like crawl to walk, you know what I mean?
You need protein to
And
build muscle. You have no you need it. It's
yeah, and this lady's freaking out to the mommy and me teacher, being like, well, why is my baby not like why is every other baby crawling and walking and my baby's not doing anything? And we were all like looking at each other like, because you need to give your baby food. Like it was weird, man.
if an animal doesn't die, it doesn't count as meat as food.
It's well, did anybody say that to her? Like,
well, it wasn't really our place. Like I wasn't gonna go and be like, lady, you should maybe fucking change your diet. Like, but it was the teacher's job. And I think the teacher was like saying things like, you might want to introduce some protein in her diet. Like,
Give it more peanut butter.
protein is the building block of life.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if you have no protein, you're going to die. Like,
it was really fucking sad. Like I was like, this baby is like literally suffering and we can't do anything about it because
it's going to have, brain damage. You need
I think so.
And kidney damage. It's not going to be able to grow to its full height.
It was really fucking sad. It's like it's just like those fucking idiots that give like cats vegan diets and the cats die and they're like, why did my cat die? It's like it's a fucking carnivore, you retard. Anyway, sorry. Kenneth, thank you so much for the 5. Says the movie Rudy made me cry. Great film. Have a great one, guys. You too, Kenneth. What's Rudy? I don't think I've seen that.
It's
Rudy
a
is
college football film with Vince Vaughn and Sean Astin.
See, I'm not into American football, so I don't think this movie would do that for me.
You'd like it. It's got a Hobbit.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's about a little kid who wants to be on the Notre Dame football team, but he's too small. But he's one of the hardest and most determined players there. That he doesn't give up. So his teammates.
Also, I might like it.
Give up their position on game night so he can play.
I
Based off a real story.
I love basketball, so I like basketball movies.
Like Hoosiers.
Like what?
Hoosiers.
Gene Hackman.
You haven't seen
Wait,
Hoosiers?
I've never seen that. What is that?
That's the basketball movie.
Is it? I've never seen it.
That's it. If you like basketball movies, that's it.
It was one with called
It's not
Jesus?
semi-pro. It's better.
Even better.
Hoosiers. I don't know.
Hoosiers. It's a good movie.
Hoosers. I don't know how to spell this.
It's like Hosers, but with the I and an extra
Oh,
O.
it's like hosers. Okay.
It's for I think it's Kansas, right? Hoosiers.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Kansas, if I remember
Hoosiers.
correctly.
I have to watch this, and it's freaking from the 1986. How come I've never seen the basketball movie, you guys?
They weren't allowed to show them in Iran when you were a child.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm surprised you didn't see it in Canada. Of course, British Columbia is more hockey.
All hockey. It was all hockey for me. See, I've seen the fucking the Mighty Ducks a million times. Script Doctor.
Yeah.
Slick Rick says Cecil is such a great friend to Malin. Why are you saying that to me right now?
Was that? Are those fighting words or something?
I don't know. What is
Hey,
that?
what's going on with John?
I don't know. What did I do to John?
What did you do now, Cecil? You're always doing something.
Not to John.
Oh my God. Okay, a couple more super chats.
Josh from Detroit for 2 says the Fast Times. Hi, Brad, makes me cry hard. I don't know what that. Oh, wait, Fast Times. I've seen that.
Oh, Malin is streaming. What am I supposed to do? Oh, bye, Nina. I didn't know.
We're ending it very soon. We're Fast Times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get the fucking bat signal. Jesus Christ.
Cecil's being sweet and hanging out with me.
I didn't know. I'm not fucking. Jesus. And even if I did, I wouldn't just run away and be like, "Peace out. I got a better offer," you know.
Oh, he's gonna go there soon because we're ending it now. There's only a couple more super chats. There we go. Dick Moranis for $2 says, "You've never seen hide and seek tentacle, Cecil?"
No. I'll write. Should I watch that one?
It sounds a little
It sounds hentai-ish.
Yeah.
And with that, thank you everybody for being here tonight. It's been a great night. Thank you to my other panelists that were here earlier. Nick Ricada, of course, the Pope, the Law. What was it? What did he want to call it?
Legal Minds.
No. What was his called? The Law. I don't know.
Oh, the Lazarus?
Yeah, the Lazarus. Thank you. The Lazarus. He's there.
Oh.
Subscribe to him on Rumble. Check out his locals. Yellow Flash, shout out. He's a great dad. That's why he took off really fast because the baby woke up. So love Yellow Flash. Check out his channel and hang out with him on Saturday nights when he does Flashcast with all the other fun people. That Umbrella Guy, thank you for being here. Cecil, of course. Cecil, do you want to plug something before you go?
Check out Cecil Says on YouTube.
There you go. And also Legal Mindset. He's awesome. Had a great anime stream with him. Matt G is sweet. Thank you so much. Supporting his calendar. He says,
Chrissy Mayer.
Everybody do that. Chrissy Mayer making that pie crust. I hope it turns out good. Let me know how it turns out, Chrissy, if you're still listening.
And Script Doctor.
And of course, Script Doctor. Please tell everyone where they can find you or what you got going on next.
Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD. You can find me here on Sundays if I usually don't have anything priority on Sunday. I try to clear them up for you, Nina, so we can do our reviews with that panel.
Aww.
And in a few days, I should be getting the last few parts for a new computer, and then I'll be able to start hosting some streams again and maybe do some more stuff on the channel. It all depends. It's basically shopping season in Hollywood right now, so I'm hoping for a couple of offers before the Christmas holidays because that'll be nice. I'll have a lot more fun money. So if you like me and want me to get a new paycheck, please send goodbyes my way. Much appreciated.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. Thank you, everybody. And Alex Stein's going to be on Flashcast, so make sure you check it out on Saturday. There you go. Everybody subscribe.
I'm going to be hanging out with Alex Stein. He's coming to Long Island in a couple of weeks. And
ooh.
I'm going to get in trouble with him.
Well, don't get in too much trouble because he has a tendency to get into actual trouble, Cecil. So,
well, he's got goggles, so he's got protection from spit and
don't do too much acid.
Pepper spray.
When you're hanging out with him.
So yeah.
Is that what the goggles are for now? The pepper. Oh
no
my
comment.
God! Now I get it. Now
if he was wearing like noise protection, like ear headphones, I would think that you do that for like the whistles, the emergency whistles that are.
I have them I do shooting, so I have the.
Oh my God. I freaking love you guys. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Tomorrow, check me out right here, 2:45 Eastern, for a very special Thanksgiving edition of Infinite Hope, where I cover really nice news and try and cheer you up because everything's always crazy all the time. And I try to balance that out with Infinite Hope.
I'll be jumping over to John Malin's stream right now.
Okay, go to John Malin. Everybody go to John Malin's. Let me put the link to John Malin's stream. Oh, look at that. It got recommended to me right away.
Apparently I'm an asshole. I didn't know.
Right now, John Malin's streaming with the great EVS, Uncle E, Shane Davis, and Captain Chokeout. So go everybody, say hello for me and tell them Nina Infinity Raid. And there you go. Thank you. And tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.